Testing, testing. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me. Those of you who in here, what's up, Swain? You was here first. You was early. You must have been hype about this one. I was. I said, man, gotta cut the damn gotta cut my workout short, man. So I'm still sweating and all. I seen Rex Ryan. I ran to the studio. Like, let me get this one in, man. Let me know if y'all can hear me though. What's up, Jay Lombardi? Let's see. What up? What up, Unity? Andy Zubia, what's good? What's good? Let's fucking go. What's up, Mark Stevens? You drinking at like 11 o'clock or 12 noon, man. You like me, my kind of Wolf of Wall Street type of guy, man. Sir Lawrence McKinney, what's good? Iceberg Q, what up? Bring Rex in. Yo, Rex was my top pick outside of it was a tie between like Zimmer and Wink. I like both of those guys as good guys, right? But Rex is my favorite because he brings the intensity that Zimmer has. He has the head coaching experience, and he's a defensive coordinator that knows how to use his talent. If he has talent, Rex ain't no joke. He can win games by himself with just defense. And I'm going to look at a game that he won with just the damn defense. He ain't had no offense. I'm going back to 2016 because that was his last season. I'm going to look at the Patriots game first. I'm looking at a lot of games, but I'm looking at the Patriots game first just to look at what he did to shut the Patriots out at home in 2016. All right, so let's take a look at it in a second. But first, let me give my shout outs. I don't have my glasses because I was in the middle of running, like literally jogging, when I'm still sweating it. When I got the news, so I ran over to the studio instead of running home. I ran here, man. So I don't got my glasses. So if y'all see me squinting, that's why. Yeah, I mean, don't judge me. Can y'all hear me though? That's the thing. All right, and I just need to make sure y'all can. And if you can, we can get it popping. Just give me a flame in the chat if you can hear me, and we go from there. Okoye, do you take Seamoss? Yeah, I take. Matter of fact, you know what's crazy? I probably got some. Man, I keep my herbs, man. I got some. The real Seamoss is the purple shit, man. You ain't got none of this. You know I run a wellness center, man. So that's all I got is herbs every damn where, man. But yeah, I take Seamoss, man. The real shit though, not the yellow shit, because the yellow shit is made in like a laboratory with brine. You know what I mean? And the only reason Seamoss has any nutritional value is because it's the only thing that can eat a rock. So Seamoss gets its nutrients and minerals from rocks, right? Because it attaches itself to a rock and it extracts the minerals from it. If you're eating it from a lab, it's not getting anything. You know what I'm saying? So you're eating nothing. You gotta take it from. It gotta be Irish, wild grown, or wild crafted Seamoss. And the purple shit is what you're looking for. But yeah, I take it, man. Why? It's supposed to fix my vision? Because if it is, it's a goddamn lie. Because I'm still blind. Yeah, I mean, I'm still blind. But yeah, I take it. I give it to my fighters too. Yeah, yep. What's good? Iceberg Q in there talk. He said, "What's the plug?" Pin Herb, man. Pin Herb here in Philadelphia. Uh, Faded as hell munching last night's steak. Oh, you faded? Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta get that. You gotta get that what you call it in you, man. That hangover special. All right, y'all got the flames in the chat. Y'all can hear me, and it's 78 of y'all in here. So let's talk about again because some of you weren't here a second ago. Why I like Rex Ryan the most. Not only his head coaching experience, but I look at our defense last year, right, and I say Dan Quinn is a good to great defensive coordinator. I think that some of the criticism may be due to the fact that his hands may have been tied. There might have been some personal shit going on with the front office. I'm not sure. But I know something was wrong with the fact that we had no adjustments and we had no linebackers on this team. And for linebackers that are good to not be able to either get signed to this team like Bobby Wagner or either stay on this team like Jabril Cox and Harper, that's a weird thing. And I thought that was weird for him to cut linebackers after losing Overshawn. You cut two linebackers, and then you put the rest of them on practice squad like Wheaton and Johnson and these other guys, right? These guys are real linebackers, right? Didn't get a chance on this team. And instead, you elect to go with safeties. Now, some of that is Dan Quinn because he did bring Neil here to do the same thing. And when he was on his press conferences, you heard him, loud over or lured over guys like Marquise Bell, right? So, and LVE, who are not it. So, some of that is on Dan Quinn. I give that, right? I give that to him. However, right? The one thing that I didn't see Dan Quinn do a lot of while he was here. Now he was a complimentary to me, a complimentary defensive coordinator, or a complimentary defense, meaning the defense didn't stand alone as this is the staple, as Micah Parsons tried to make it like we're elite. Elite defenses do one thing that other defenses do not do. Okay, yeah, they all get turnovers, they all get sacks, they all play physical, they all can hit, which we could do, right? But what they could do, what defenses do that are elite, that other defenses do not, is win games despite the offense. Meaning, I can win the game as long as you ain't turning the ball over, Dak. I don't give a shit what you do. You can put up 8 points, we gonna win. You could put up 16, we gonna win. You know what I'm saying? That's what elite defenses can do. Dan Quinn's defense was a complimentary defense, more like the Rams when they won the Super Bowl, the greatest show on turf, where they had smaller defensive line. They were good pass rushers, and they had Kurt Warner, who was making sure you were up. And once they went up on 14 points, they pinned their ears back and they came and got you. And they got the ball back. They led the Dick Vermeil's teams led the league in turnovers in his winning seasons because he wanted to feed his offense. So he liked the complementary defense that got the ball back to the offense, and they gave them more at bats, which is what happened with Dan Quinn's defense. They led the league in turnovers almost every year he was here, and they got the in sacks and pressures as well, and they got the ball back to Dak. When they didn't get those turnovers, right, and they had to just play an even Steven game, meaning the game is close, we need to stop you, or we lose. Most of the time, we lost. You know, if we were up and we can get out to an early lead, we beat you. If you got out on us, if Dak was struggling, we lost. That's because that defense wasn't the type of defense that can just overwhelm an opposing team like San Fran did to Detroit, although there was it was a fixing on that one, man. Detroit, I don't understand that game. They had time left on the clock and all that. Had a minute left and just let the clock run out. That was fucking crazy. But anyway, games like that, though, if we were down like that, we lost. You know what I mean? And that was every year. That wasn't just last year. So our defense was a complimentary defense. Good, but not great. You know what I mean? You don't want to be behind against those guys because we had pass rushes out the ass, right? But a great defense, the Ravens, some of these Bills teams, the Jets always, when they were under Rex Ryan, they never had offense. Never had it. But they would beat you. Tampa Bay with Tony Dungy, those guys, they would beat you. They didn't have no offense. You know what I mean? Who was the quarterback when Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl with Gruden? Tell me. I guarantee y'all remember. You know, y'all did not remember. But anyway, you get my point though, right? Those types of teams don't need the offense to be great to win. And that's what I was looking for and what I am looking for in a defensive coordinator. Because I'm looking for a defensive coordinator that can give us 5 to 6 games by himself. So that Dak doesn't have to be perfect for 21 games in order for us to win, because he's not going to be, and he doesn't need to be. Nor was Tom Brady, nor was Ben Roethlisberger, nor was any quarterback that's won Super Bowls. They're not perfect all year round. And let's face it, they're not perfect even in some games that they may win. I saw Aaron Rodgers beat this 49ers team a year ago, right? And what did he do? He handed the ball off to Dillon and Jones and let them run the ball 35 times and just let his defense do what they did. That was it. He said, he couldn't really do anything against that team. So against that defense. So sometimes even the greats are going to have subpar performances against good teams and good defenses. That is not something that's exclusive to Dak. It's not. Does Dak need to be better in moments? I think I've made myself very clear on that throughout the years. People know how I feel and what I think of that. But what we haven't had and what we haven't given him ever is a defense that he can lean on to a point where in those games where he's struggling, in those games where he screws the pooch, that defense makes something happen where we erase his mistakes. We haven't had that. He's erased some of the defense's mistakes sometimes, but we haven't had it where a Seattle game comes to mind where that was a burner. The defense didn't show up that game much, but Dak did. You know what I'm saying? Where's the reverse of that? And you guys can point to the games if I'm wrong. I'm cool with being wrong, but I just don't see when that happened. You know what I mean? Even his first year where he gets credit for not winning a playoff game or winning one playoff game now, his first year when we lost to the Packers, was that him that lost to the Packers? Or was it the defense who couldn't stop Cooks and Aaron Rodgers at the end of the game. You know, was that him? I don't think so. So again, a defense that can close out those types of moments or that can dominate is what we're looking for. Rex Ryan is a guy that knows how to use talent. The secondary we have, he would love. The front seven that we have, well, the front eight, because I look at the line he would love. Linebackers, is what he would probably address when he got here or when he gets here. But having a chess piece like a Micah Parsons and a evil genius like a Rex Ryan combined, to me, is music to my ears. With guys that can man up on the outside so he can do all the crazy shit he likes to do with his blitz packages. So let's look. Without further ado, it's about 200 of y'all in here. Y'all must be hype about Rex Ryan too. It ain't about what you're saying. It's about your energy. Where attention goes, where attention goes, energy flows, right? And when I looked up Wink, a couple of y'all showed up. When I looked up Zimmer, y'all spoke with your views, and your likes. But Rex Ryan, this was the quickest to 200 I've gotten when I jumped on ad hoc without no schedule. So you guys must want Rex too, or at least you're curious. So let's look at him. All right, give me a second. Let me pull it up. All right. Rex, where you at? All right, so we're looking at week 4 versus like I said, versus the Patriots. Jaylon Williams, he said, appreciate the dedication, boss man. Yeah, man, I appreciate you too, man. Thanks for the $2. Glenn Capers, what's up, Glenn? He said one thing I couldn't stand with Quinn was inability to I guess to play zone. Twatch zone, but to play zone, I think that's what you're saying. If you can't run a good zone D, that's a teaching problem. Exactly. When we played zone, we had guys just literally standing in their zone. Zone is a combination defense, and I like good zone when you can implement it properly, because if you can play zone properly, it's really very difficult to beat defenses that can play zone and man, but especially good zone, because the best teams that play zone like it's man, meaning you play match man in your windows, right? And you have to have smart players that do that, right? Because you have to be able to carry a guy, not just stand in a spot and stare at the quarterback. That's not zone. I mean, that's technically zone. But the best teams that I watch do it, like Fred Warner, when he does it, he plays zone all through the middle of the field, but he'll carry a wide receiver to the next man or to his responsibility, to the end of his responsibility, turn around and find the next guy and cut that type of stuff off, because he's now looking and paying attention to everything in his area and playing man on everything near his zone. That's why he gets so many interceptions. That's why he's always in the way, because he's not playing zone as in like Micah Parsons on that play where he just dropped in the coverage in Green Bay. He's just standing in the middle of the field. He's looking for what's crossing my zone. If there's nobody in my area at all, and I know I got help in this area, why am I here? I might as well flow across the field and go find something to do. Guys don't do that in our zone. They just stand where they're assigned. And then they say, I did my job. That's not zone. Zone is, hey, think. Use your brain. I remember Ed Reed tricked the shit out of Peyton Manning. He's playing single high safety. He ran one hash on purpose. He ran to the opposite hash on purpose, knowing that there was a guy coming up the seam. So he baited Peyton into throwing that seam route and then came right back across and stole that ball. That is zone played the right way. Not, I was single high, I was on my guy. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. It's a combination defense when you could do it right. And if you have guys that can do both man and zone, and you have guys that can communicate, that are smart, you have pre-snap chaos. Because I watched Vrabel and those guys just did it when I was watching the Vrabel breakdown. I like teams that understand that a quarterback has to read certain things pre-snap in order to determine whether it's zone. And when you can do that as a team, that shows communication. Like right now, the best zone team that comes to mind to me is they're in the Super Bowl, aren't they? The two of them, the 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City, Spags is doing amazing shit over there, right? And I think I got some of Spags' film. So before we get into Rex, I got some short film on Spags. Let me pull this up and see if I got it real quick. And then we'll get, because it's a good point. I appreciate the super chat, Glenn. It's a good point that you brought up, though, because here we go. There's a Spags right here. Let me see how much of it I got. All right, let me put myself out of here. How long is this? This is Spags versus Miami, right? Or you already see what 3-4 can do. I've already beaten my drum on 3-4. Everybody thinks that I'm just tripping on 3-4. It doesn't matter what base you're in, it's about matching. That's more important. Watch the zone though. Watch this. Okay. Watch how they play zone. Oh, there that was a run play. My bad. Let me see where the pass plays are. Let me get to it. Now look, there's too high right there, right? I think this is the play. Is it? All right, no, that's not it either. Not it. I'm looking for one play in particular where they rotate and it was crazy. Hold on. Here it is. Watch this play. Watch this play. This next play, right? Now, this is a good communication. Now they're rotating. It looks like single high. That quarterback now, Tua thinks it's single high. Now, what is it now? Okay. It's back to two high. This was like a combination rotation based off of motion. So when they went in motion and he follows, you're thinking that this safety must have man responsibility on someone because he followed this motion. So now, right here at the snap, Tua is thinking, what could this be? This could be man, right? He doesn't know. And then immediately after the snap, now he finds out it's not what I thought it was. That split second forces a quarterback to hold the ball just a tad bit longer, which makes your line a little bit better because now your line can get there. But it also makes him make decisions that he wouldn't have naturally made. Now look underneath. It's man under, right? But why did those safeties rotate like that? They're both playing zone, but it's man under. It's too high, man under. He could not have read this. He couldn't have read this pre-snap. He found out once he had the ball in his hands. And then it results in an interception and an overthrow because he had to make an error throw. Look at that. That's what he's reading. That's what he's reading. So he figured out it was man, thinking that safety was in man. He wasn't. He was in deep zone. That's beautiful shit. So when you see teams that are able to deploy zone that way, it takes good communication. Look at the motion. It takes good communication, and it also takes smart players. You got to be smart. You can't play zone unless you're smart. Can't do it. Can't do it. They got beat there. You know what I'm saying? Got beat there. But I'm going to show you some other ones. I'll show you some other ones. Boom. See that communication going across the board right there? Look at that. Watch this play. Look at the bottom of the screen. They tried a rub route at the bottom of the screen here. Look how he carries through that. Boom. And meets him. Beautiful. That's beautiful play right here. Look. Boom. And it was set up nice. It was set up nice. It's just the pass rush got there and got him off his mark. All communicating. They're all communicating. They know what's going on up front. These guys ball. I like Spags. I want to show you this one play where Snead just makes a hell of a play on one of these plays, man. Look at that. This is a team that just knows what they want to do. They're playing. This is like a I don't know what the hell they're doing at the bottom. Man. This is like man zone because some guys are playing man, but underneath they're zoned up. See that? Watch underneath. So now Bolton jumps to the middle of the field. He's in zone, but those guys on the outside are in man, and so are the safeties in zone. Look, results are he doesn't know what the fuck is going on because he reads short. Excuse my French. He reads short to deep, and then he's like, "Hey, and nothing. They ain't in man, but they are. You know what I'm saying? They are. You know what I'm saying? Over the top, like on the outside. These are like you can't even play man zone or a zone man scheme without good communication and smart players because guys will run out of their windows or they'll mess up the integrity of the defense and stress that defense out. You know what I mean? Your own defense, and you'll have big pockets like we had when we were playing Green Bay. You see a lot of this. Look at the communication. There's one play where Snead actually makes a hell of a play in the end zone, and I was very impressed by that. Very impressed. Let me find it. They're all talking. That was cover 2. He set that down right in the middle. Good throw by Tua. Here goes that rotation again. See what happens. Oh, he had to just run. He pulled that down and ran. He said, I ain't doing that again. Now look at this. This was a beautiful play too. I was looking at this. Look at this. You brought up a good point, Glenn. Thank you. They're all communicating. At the end of the play, they figure out what's going on, right? Look, this is the play I was talking about with Snead. Beautiful play. Like they brought pressure, but the communication and him just understanding, because like I said, it takes smart players. Snead is not he's guarding the seam up the middle of the field, but this is not his man. He's not, they're all playing zone, right? But watch this. Watch this. Match man. So Snead this is match man. It's a and they're blitzing. Snead is supposed to be on this guy that's behind him, right? In the seam. He leaves him. He leaves him because he knows what he read the film. He knows what they're attempting to do. He knew where this ball was going. This is not double coverage. He is on this cell route right here. This is just smart football. So Snead is on this cell route, but he's playing it with his back turned, right? He's playing inside leverage, keeping his eyes on the quarterback. Once he sees him plant that foot and let it go, he leaves his guy and just runs over this play. Look at this. Beautiful play. Probably would have been a touchdown had he not done that. That's just smart football. That's smart football. Look at that. That's a touchdown. He's beat. Snead made that play. It takes smart players to play zone and good coaching. So you have to coach these guys up. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Snead's been doing that all season. Like he just made a play against Dave Flowers that basically took them to the Super Bowl because I think Baltimore takes momentum in that game had they converted there. Look at that. Look at this play, man. Look at this. Boom. Watch underneath. All right, you see this? Smart play. What are they in? Looks like man. Is it man? No. Get what I'm saying? And the reason it looks like man, watch this. Watch how they go in motion. Watch this. This is what I mean. Watch them go in motion. So he's going to do his pre-snap motion. There it goes. Follow. He gets the follow. Now I'm thinking this could be man, right? Especially off the alignments. Could be man. It's not. It's not. This is cover two. It's cover two. If it were man under, you want to throw short and let your guy run, right? Boom. Smack. They were watching that the whole time. Look at that. They're in zone. They're in zone. They're making you do what they want you to do rather than doing what you think you're good at. And they counter your strengths. This is cover two. They're countering their strengths. Cover two again. Beautiful. All right. So that's enough of that. But you get my gist. You get my gist. That was a little bit of Spags. He's not available right now for obvious reasons. For the building fund, salute my brother. Oh yeah, the building is looking good too. I hope y'all like the new setup, man. Somebody came at my Shiva in the background. I'm like, damn, y'all don't understand who I am, man. That's crazy. It's crazy. He said we lack enough smart players. Dumb players means you have dumb coaches because there are no dumb players in the league that are just dumb. Because you can teach a person or anybody to do what they are good at consistently. It's coaching that's dumb if you have dumb players. Now, obviously, the Wonderlic is real. You have to take an IQ test to get in the league. So there is some truth to there being some just people who can learn. You know what I mean? But for the most part, it's coaching. That's the issue. Let me pull this in, and we're good. Screen capture. Where is it? There it is. Boom. There it is. All right. I won't see what you guys are saying now. What's up, Matt? I did see that. I'm over here on the screen, and we about to watch the Patriots versus the Bills. Let's see what happens. Patriots get the ball first. What happened here? Is this a kickoff return? God damn! But it was a flag on the play. But Julian Edelman, man, look at him. Who said white boys can't run, man? What you talking about? It's a flag. It's coming back. All right. Oh, that's why. It wasn't damn Tom Brady. This was Jacoby Brissett. Damn. I'm thinking he was playing Tom Brady in this game, man. God damn it. Well, we still gonna watch it. Yeah, we still gonna watch it. I don't care. Let's see what he was doing. We'll watch another game too. I just want to watch the full one on this one. All right, it's 3rd and 5. Let's see what they're in. They ran the ball on 3rd and 5. Didn't get there. They're gonna punt. I'm pretty sure. Yep, punt it. This is the full game too, so that's why I gotta like skip ahead because it's not just defense. So I have to like go and actually find the uh the plays or the series where they're on defense. So excuse me. I already scored. Now we're back on defense. All right, here we go. Man, James White used to be a beast too, didn't he? Throwing the ball to him on the low, like short. It was crazy. Um, Patriots run a lot of mesh rail concepts this season, and they were killing it doing that. Let's watch. They're in the 3-4 package. Looks like two high safety. Let's see what Rex is doing. Right now at the snap, they switch it up. They're single high. They're in man, looks like. Yep. But it doesn't matter because they ran the ball. Gets nothing. Fumbles out of bounds. Let's watch what they did to stop Edelman underneath. Good communication across the board in Rex Ryan's defense. These guys are all talking. Boom. Oh, that was Wildcat. Okay. Boom. They said, Edelman, get the hell out of here with that bullshit, man. All right, let's go to the next play. And make sure y'all can see this properly too. All right, good. What it do? What it do? He said, "Who do you have, Rex or Zimmer?" I personally like Rex more than Zimmer, but you know that's me. Get back over here. What we got going? Tried another reverse. That bobbled that. Boom. They were all in position anyway when it worked. So far, what you see is a lot of good communication, just smart play. You know what I mean? They're about to punt again, so this is nothing. Let me get back to the next defensive series. I just want to see what they're doing on defense. It's Tyrod Taylor too. Damn, they smacked, buddy. Here we go. Back on defense. All right. First and 10, what we got? Looks like cover one. Is it cover one? No, it's I don't know what the hell that is, Rex. What is this? Rex is already confusing me. Hold up. I don't know what the hell you ran on that one. Let me see what that is. Let's see what this is. A little crazy. Like I said, look like cover one over the top. It's not. It is. Huh. It's a zone man because at the bottom of the screen you see. I think that I don't know who that is at the bottom of the screen, but that corner is playing man, and he has zone help. The rest of these guys are playing zone. That single high safety is watching Edelman in the seam, and they're all flooded against. They're all like trying to triple team in that comeback route, and they're driving on the flat. Okay, yeah, but that was like a man zone. So they had one guy in man. I think the corner at the bottom of the screen is a man. The rest of these guys were in zone. So let's watch what these linebackers are doing in zone. Let's see what they're doing. Ain't that our guy Gilly? Is that Gilly? Was Gilly number 24 over there, or was he? Yeah, that's Gilly. Gilly, they went on a corner blitz. Boom. So yeah, it was zone. It was a zone man. So they had one guy man, the rest of these guys in the zone, or he was playing like cover three and he just decided to bend in with his guy. He must have had that option, you know what I mean? But that's what they were in. Let's see what they're in now. So Gilly's at the top of the screen. I don't know who 28 is at the bottom of the screen. Right now they're in cover three, looks like. Blitzing. Who blitzed? You know Rex Ryan's gonna blitz like crazy. So let's see what's happening. Pre-snap, what you got? In 3-4 with a safety or a nickel in the slot right there off the ball. Is he coming? He is. I think he was guarding the running back though, because he hesitated before he came. Boom, but he made the tackle. Beautiful. You're gonna get a lot of multiple looks at the line of scrimmage. Rex Ryan is his defenses are designed to confuse quarterbacks and offensive coordinators. Boom. There's another run blitz. Beautiful. I like all the tackles in the backfield. I'll tell you that already. You know what I mean? Everybody has their eyes forward and they're rolling downhill. Let's see what 53 does on this one. Boom. He gets right in the gap. No wasted motion. Go. Smack. That's LeGarrette Blount too. Boom. Stops his feet before he can get, momentum going north to south. We're in 3rd and short. No, is it short? No, it's 3rd and something. 3rd and 12, my bad. And then they just false started, so you know they ain't going nowhere. This was his nickel. So his nickel is just really 3-4 with one extra DB because they just take one interior lineman off the field and play wide gap in the middle. Third and 17. So you know this is where Rex likes to be. Let's see what he does in 3rd and 17. Looks like cover 2. Pre-snap looks like cover 2. What are they doing? Does he play coverage or does he blitz? They bring 3, and they run a draw play. Gets nowhere. Or there's another punt. Boom. All right, we got another series. Let's see what's going on. Straight up, I ain't got no conversation for you. Talk to the cannon. All right, it's 1st and 10. We're in a nickel package. Oh no, they're in 3-4. They're just aligned like they're in man. So those guys are out of the middle of the field. That linebacker's lined up over the seam because he's probably playing man. All right. You got your safety in the box also playing man. So this looks like a cover 1 with some fire somewhere in their front 7. One of those guys are probably blitzing. Both linebackers look like they're playing man based on their alignments, though. One is on the seam, the other one is lined up right over the running back. So if I'm guessing, it's probably a 4-man rush. To the right, you have that stand-up outside linebacker who's probably coming. So that's what it looks like pre-snap. That's what Jacoby Brissett would be reading. And so, yeah, they bring 5, actually. Let me go back to that real quick. Let me look at it again. All right. So both linebackers were in man, as I thought. Boom, boom. All right. And they bring those other 5 guys. Everybody else is manned up. Impress man at that. So right now, Brissett has the ball, and there's nowhere to go with the ball to the top because you have that safeties pressing, and that and he's pressing Gronk, I think that is, and Gilly's pressing as well, and Edelman not getting off that. The other corner at the bottom of the screen is playing stat coverage, and he has his eyes on the quarterback in phase. The linebacker is playing man underneath. The other linebacker is also playing man. You have a single high safety. By the time he's ready to go, that corner still has his eyes on that quarterback. So not only is he guarding his man underneath, but he's playing like man zone. It looks like he's playing zone man like it's zone because he's watching the quarterback. This corner at the bottom of the screen is watching Brissett, so he can also help the seam route if you were to throw that seam route. It's like a free double team. When you look at the top of the screen, those guys still haven't gotten off the press. I like press. You know why? We have guys like Micah that win in 1 second. In that Eagles game, if we weren't playing 15 yards off the ball, and as fast as Micah was winning that entire game, we would have destroyed the Eagles. He would have had like 4 sacks that game had we gave him time to get there. He didn't have him time because you got a guy like Hurts who's reading his first read and getting rid of the ball and able to get rid of the ball easily to guys that have 10 yards of cushion for first downs over and over again. The Eagles game that we lost, that was. Boom. Now you see how that corner peels off of his man, and he's now playing trail technique underneath this because he was playing man like zone. All right, he's underneath it. The safety's over the top. He still caught that bitch. God damn. That's a hell of a catch and throw because he wasn't open. That was beautiful. Let me look at that again, full speed. That was beautiful. Let me see that. That was good. That boy good. Let me see that again. Hold up. Boom. Who is that too? That was beautiful. Who's that? Martellus Bennett. Who is that? I don't know who it is. Boom. All right, bam. Tight end gets up on the linebacker. Boom. Back shoulder pass. L. Breaks the tackle. L. Yeah, that looked like. Is that Martellus? Who is that? Yeah, that's Martellus, ain't it? 88. That was Martellus Bennett. Yeah, that's Martellus. Martellus Bennett ain't no joke, man. That was brilliant. I don't know why they ain't like his ass. Damn. Look at him. He killed him on this one. That was beautiful. I'm impressed. Look at that. It's still good defense though. Great defense. Everybody in position, but the offense get paid to make plays. I ain't mad at that defensive call because it was called perfect. All they can do is guard him, get an interception if it was an air throw. But he put that on the money. Martellus did a good job. It was not open. He just threw a back shoulder fade there. Let's see what happens. So what we have pre-snap, we in 3-4. Looks like cover 3 or cover 1. You can't tell because they're in tight, so nobody is really aligned in a man-for-man look. They could be in zone, but it doesn't matter. They ran the ball anyway. Boom. Their run fits are good. Damn. Bennett strong. So the yards in this run just came from effort. Everybody's in their gap. Boom. They already destroyed that line of scrimmage already. Linebackers are still free. Linebackers are still free. Linebackers are engaged. 152 has already shedded his guy because he fell. 53 is double team. Doesn't matter because the front line already destroyed their blocks and got to Blunt. So good fit by everybody. I didn't see no BS on that play. 2nd and 6. What we got? 3-4. Safety in the box. Looks like they were man cover 1. Safety's in man on Martellus Bennett. They're running the ball again. Boom. See what we got. Nose is double team. 53 is free. You want him to jump that gap. 52 is as well. One of these guys should get here. 53 kind of hesitates. That's the problem. But he still hits him. Still makes the tackle, but he could have shot that. He was waiting for the cutback though. But he could have shot that because I can't go back. Let me just keep going. He should have shot that. But it's 3rd and 1. Let's see what happens. All right, 3rd and 1. They're in 3-4 again with that linebacker mugging the B gap. They're playing off. So they're probably playing like out inside leverage, but watching for the fade. They're not getting any help on the outside. Somebody's blitzing, probably the safety or someone, but this is probably a blitz. And the reason I say that is usually when you're getting a blitz and there's no help in the middle of the field or out deep, you'll play off. So that means you're probably getting a pressure somewhere underneath. Run blitz probably. Yeah, those guys came and got it. There's a flag, holding call, or tripping, or clipping, or something. Let's see what happened. All right, there's a good double team right there. Boom. 97-1, and he got held in pancake. They call holding on 60. He held 97. Yep. So now it's 3rd and 11. Now what we got? Got another blitz. Those guys are playing off or they're playing sticks. When I say sticks, that means they're guarding the first down marker. They don't care if you throw the ball underneath. They want to rally to the football. Could be cover 3 because they only look like they're bringing 3. We don't know who's hot yet. All right, 53 might be hot because they just released them with that motion. 53 is in zone, so they play cover 3. Yeah, they just play cover 3. Let's see where Brissett goes with this football. Boom. He doesn't let it go. Did he have anything, though? I think he had something. Why didn't he let it go? me see. Let me go back. He had something. Let me see what he had. See where he's looking. Right now, you got Edelman. If you said that, is that Edelman? But I think that's Edelman in the middle of the field. You got to sit. It's a tough throw because you got to put it behind those linebackers and hope that safety doesn't drive on it. You can't put that ball deep in the end zone. It's a 50-50 ball to 15. You got Martellus Bennett getting open right now, but he also has two guys inside that could get there if that ball travels. So he has nothing to do with this football. It does bring it down. He could have checked down to a running back if he wanted to, but that was about it. And he fumbled. Oh, damn. Damn. See, that's what I'm talking about with dominant defense. This is supposed to be a score. They just erased. This was a 3 to 7 points they just erased with this play right here because this is a score. They were at least got a field goal. Smack, boom. Beautiful hit. Beautiful hit. Got rid of him. And Brissett looked like he getting up a little ginger. Good drive. Good drive by the Patriots, but good finish by the defense. Defense still wins. All right, they get the ball back. Let me see what happens. Let's see what happens. They're just changing field position. Yep, they just flipped the field position. Now they're going to punt and leave you pinned in your area. Oh, Brissett, get back there. Are they punted? Good. Oh, damn. Well, they hitting out there too. They hitting. You goddamn right. Let me pause it real quick, see what y'all talk about it here. And then I'll come right back. All right. I ain't talking about. Oh, here we go. He said, Mr. Burns, he said, thanks for all the breakdowns and explaining each play so we can understand what we're looking at. Man, thank you for watching it, man. And Rex don't play about defense. Our boys need him bad. That is a fact, Jack. All right. He said Rex got Sanchez to the AFC Championship game. Nuff said, hire my guy. You were right in the mug on that one, bro. Like, he don't need an offense. Rex with Dak is like, that's not even fair. Rex never had no quarterback, not ever. Tyrod Taylor is just a journeyman. No disrespect to Tyrod either. I like him. Damn. See, this is what I like our guys doing. We don't do it though. We don't do it enough. And I mean this. Where is it? Come on. This 1st and 10. Here we go. Watch this. So watch the edge, right? Let's see where we're in. They're in like a quarters defense. You know, they only have 3-man line, but they don't have linebackers. So they got a 3-man line, 2 middle linebackers. So this is like a quarters coverage, a quarters defense, or dollar, either or. Yes, dollar. But when you look at it, it's because you have a safety in the box, right? And you also have a nickel on the opposite side, but you still have 2 middle linebackers and your 3 down linemen. So this is good for stopping the run in the middle of the field, but also the pass. Those safeties have contained responsibilities, but you have three DBs deep, so 2 safeties in the middle of the field. That cornerback's playing off. Gilly's playing outside leverage, trying to follow everything inside. So let's see what he's doing. Fake reverse. What are they doing on the back end? They are playing cover 3. They're playing cover 3, and he tried to run a little play action, but instead of driving down the field, that defensive end or outside linebacker just shoot straight up the field right here. Boom, 55, straight up the field. He don't bite on the inside move at all. I like when I see that. He don't bite on it at all. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way again. Here we go. He don't bite on that at all. Let me see what happens right there. They want him to come down the line, but you see, when I said yesterday that Thibodeau and when we were watching Wink's film, you know, you need to kind of surf. This is surfing. This is what I mean. Stay straddled up. Where now, although his hip is turned a little bit too much, in my opinion, he's still able to change direction quicker because he's not running parallel with the line of scrimmage. He's still open where he can cut off LeGarrette Blount. He can now look at Brissett, which he does, and get upfield. Boom. Beautiful play. Beautiful play. Good sack. Smart play. Smart. Dumb players get beat on that play and they lose contain, and you have a problem because they're poorly coached. All right, so now they know 2nd and 24. They're bringing the pressure. Everybody's mugging the line of scrimmage. You got what's that? 8 to 9 in the box, depending on one of those guys is probably playing man on the tight end. All right, so yeah, you got 8 in the box. 8 in the box. Boom. They decide to run. Gilly gets outside contained quickly, and they rally and beat it up, man. Let's see it. Let's see how they play this. Boom. 95 takes on the double team between the guard and that tackle. And then the outside linebacker, 57, he maintains outside leverage. Gilly's also containing, so 53 can just go. 53 does what he's supposed to do, flows to the football, stops the ball. Beautiful. But when you watch how that was done, watch how this is done. That entire offensive line, including the tight ends, are now occupied. 52 and 53 were free to flow up until this point because they peeled off and they were able to reach 52. 53 has nobody to deal with because that fullback tried to kick Gilly out. He had to choose one. He could have blocked inside and left him one-on-one with Gilly if he wanted to, but he chose to hit Gilly, which left 53 freed up. He didn't have the angle to kind of turn and hit 53, so I think he chose Gilly on just the last second. They choose to run here because their back is up against it. They don't want to throw the ball against a Rex Ryan defense. Let's see their run fits. This is a basic play by their offensive coordinator. That's basic. Boom. They're punting. They're punting. Damn it, Amendola. Damn it, Amendola. Damn, don't get a flag. They almost got a flag there. That was a late hit by 57. You gotta watch it, man. Watch it, Alexander. They're in their 3-4, but they have their outside linebacker flexed in the slot. He ain't playing, man. I doubt it. He's probably playing zone reroute. Yes, he is rerouting. Good. So at the top of the screen, you see 57. He's rerouting, and the reason you do this is because when you have a team that plays zone bad, they just let guys run up the field, and you got guys that are now just playing in space, like your safety would be in space, having to figure out where this receiver is going, and he has a two-way go. That's hard on a safety or any DB, right? But when you reroute them this way, it slows them up so that safety is not only slows them up so that your defensive line has a chance to get there, but it also makes it so that this safety has a chance to cover this once he releases them, and he's gonna boom reroute it. He rerouted Edelman, and now he's watching for this drag route underneath to Martellus Bennett. That's really the only option here other than a check down, and his back, Jacoby Brissett's back is turned to Blunt at the bottom of the screen, so there won't be a check down. This has to go to Bennett or no one. They've double teamed Gronk. He's bracket coverage in the middle of the field, and they have that triangle defense on him because the single high safety is over Gronk, and he had Gilly to the outside of him just watching the flat. This is like a cover two, a nice cover two at that, because let me see what this guy's doing at the top of the screen. He's in man. That's crazy. So it's like cover two on the bottom, on the backside, press man at the top with some zone in the middle of the field. This is some weird shit. Like I said, he plays man zone because he's definitely in man. He ain't looked back at all. 28 at the top of the screen is in man. Everyone else is in zone. This is why Darrelle Revis, they used to say Revis Island, and very few corners, because they used to argue whether or not Sherm and Revis were on the same level, and it wasn't close. And the reason I say this, I love Sherm, don't get me wrong, but Sherm played cover three, okay, where he played who was in his zone, but he always had help, right? Revis is always on an island because of the way Rex Ryan plays defense. Do you see this? That is the only person in man. So he has to shut his guy down. He ain't getting help unless you run through a zone. Like if he ran a post pattern, he automatically gets that help. He runs a dig route, he automatically has help. But if he's on the outside, that's it. You're not getting no help. You got to just stay on your guy, right? Because it's zone everywhere else. So you either going to throw at our best man cover corner. So it'll be Trayvon Diggs when he's healthy, or Bland. It doesn't matter who he elects to force you to throw at. But you either throw at your best man cover corner, or you're going to throw into zone windows that ain't really open. They ain't really open. And you ain't going to have time because they pressed the hell out of you. But I'm impressed by that. That was beautiful. But like I said, that went to Bennett like I thought it would. Bennett is a hell of a player because Bennett keep making plays so far. I'm liking what he's doing. But yeah, that was the only place he can go with this football. I like what Rex Ryan's doing too, because honestly, I watch a lot of film and only a few guys confused me. Spagnoli is one. Rob Morris, man, was my most impressive defensive coordinator to watch this year, because when we were preparing for that game, I had to watch plays, maybe 3. That film took so damn long. I didn't watch but 2 games. I said I ain't got time, because I had to keep watching plays over and over again to figure out what the hell are they doing, because they were playing man. They would follow a guy. They would follow even after the game. Dak did a hell of a job in that game. They would follow CeeDee Lamb and man, but then they would be pressing, right? So you're thinking it's man. It's only man on CeeDee Lamb. And as CeeDee Lamb runs his route, he's running through zone, so he's double or triple team no matter where he goes. And Dak was still finding him. That was beautiful pre-snap and post-snap reading by Dak, but it was still a great called game, even though they lost by Rob Morris. I was like, Rob Morris is nasty. He nasty. But there go that drag route, boom. Missed that tackle, 57. He was set up perfectly to stop that, but you can't miss these tackles, especially against a guy like Bennett. Bennett's a big, he's like a dancing bear. You know what I mean? he said it too. He said, I want linebackers that eat with their hands. You know what I mean? I like Martellus Bennett. All right, what we got? We got this looks like man. This is man based on the alignment. I think they're firing off and blitzing everybody other than maybe 53. They must be bringing 6 on this play because that safety's in the slot on Julian Edelman playing man. And I think he has inside help with 53. No, he doesn't. He has inside help with 55, and they're not in man at all. They're in zone. They're in a cover 4 because those 4 DBs at the top of the screen, they're all playing off. So they're playing quarters coverage. All of them have 25% of the field to cover. 55 at the bottom of the screen is playing hook to flat, and 57 is also playing the flat. The rest of these guys on the interior, though, are blitzing. 55 is just watching to kind of rob or anything that breaks across the middle of the field. Yeah, he's like deep middle. Yeah. They left that flat down the bottom of the screen with Gronk wide open, but Jacoby Brissett's already committed to where he's going, and he ain't got time to change it. He ain't got time to get to another progression. This is what I was saying about Wink Martindale's pass rush. I'm like, yo, Wink was doing some of this stuff, right? But his pass rush still wasn't getting there. When you bring 5 guys and your quarterback still in the pocket bouncing, that's a problem with your pass rush. Your pass rush sucks if you do that. If a guy has this much time, like he can't getting through a progression where you're bringing this much heat, right, is a problem if you can get through 2 or 3. If you can get through more than 2 progressions, it's a problem. He should be hit by his second progression. So he's on 1, 2, boom. See? By the time he got to his second progression, it's a wrap. That's how it's supposed to be. If he can go through 3 progressions and you blitzed, you suck. Your pass rush sucks. But they don't. Beautiful. That's how it's supposed to happen. That was a good zone blitz. Like that, Rex. He had no time. Here we go again. Pre-snap. Looks like cover 1 with your, and what are they in? They're in like a nickel. Yeah, they're in a nickel. And they have their nickel guy playing, or their safety's playing off. The nickel is playing off on Edelman in the slot. What are they doing? They ran the ball. Doesn't matter what they're doing. Boom. How did they break contain? They caught them in a pass look and ran the ball. Even though, like I said, I don't like how they matched the formation here. I think Rex just got caught in a light look because they're playing 3-by-3, meaning 3 guys on each side of the center, nobody in the box. So they're kind of daring you to run here. They discourage you from throwing with this package. But I don't know why when you see Gronk and they're in 12 personnel, we kind of get in trouble doing this too. They're in 12 personnel. I don't know why they came out with a nickel package here, but they did. So here we go. Boom. And they pay for it because their edge breaks inside instead of staying outside. 55. Hughes. I liked Hughes too. Hughes was good when he was in the league. I liked it. I don't know if he's still in the league or not, but he was good. All right, everybody's mugging the line of scrimmage, crawling. Oh, no, not all crawling, only a couple, but they're mugging. All right. When I say crawling, that means everybody's standing up. But you got a couple guys with their hand down, so they're not all in crawl. Let's see what they're doing. Looks like one of these linebackers are in man on Gronk. That safety in the seam looks like he's on Martellus Bennett pre-snap. This looks like cover one with some fire coming. Somebody's blitzing, but you don't know who. And you don't know who's a man. So when you look at the bottom of the screen, you got 53 that's standing over Gronk, outside leverage. He probably has man responsibilities, and 52 in the middle of the field has probably bracket coverage on Gronk. So 53's job is to stay outside Gronk and probably funnel him inside so that he has inside help he has deep help with the safety if he gets beat fast. He has inside help with 52 if it's in breaking, and his job is just to stay on the outside hip. That's probably what's happening, but that's what I'm reading, right? Then you have the safety opposite side probably playing man on Martellus Bennett. 28 is all alone, and Gilly is all alone. They're not getting no help. Boom. I was right about 53. He's playing outside leverage, forcing this inside. Both corners on the outside are impressed. They are by themselves. That safety in the seam is by himself against Martellus. Jacoby's at the bottom of or the top of his drop, bottom of his drop, whatever way you want to look at it. 52 is in the middle of the field playing zone, and they brought 5. They brought 5 on it. But he wins so fast. 57, I think that is. He won so fast. Right now, Jacoby can't go anywhere with this ball because Gronk is trying to break this leverage by going through his hip and forcing him to cut off of that, right? But Gronk is too slow to do it because he won so fast on the outside. And the other two guys are still impressed. They haven't even won yet. And Martellus hasn't even gotten into a break. But Brissett is already dead. Oh, shit. He got that ball off, though. Didn't matter. But I thought he was dead. Did he complete it? No, he ain't complete it. But he got it off. That was amazing that he even got it off. Doesn't look like he was going to be able to get this one off. Hughes killed this. Boom. So right here, boom. See, Jacoby he's trying to just make something happen with Edelman because he has nobody open. Gronk, like I said, he was playing. He was bracketed, and he was triangulated. That's why I said on the outside they have no help because this safety is watching Gronk over the top. 52 is just inside Gronk and also watching to see what LeGarrette Blount does. If he releases, he probably is going to spill out and take him. And then on the outside, you have they're trying to throw at Gilly right now. Boom. He barely gets this off. And nothing. You got nothing, kid. 2nd and 10. So far, I'm liking what Rex is doing because, like I said, it's you got to explain a lot. And he keeps coming out in his base package, right? Even when he sees the slot look. This is man probably because there's no match. I mean, not man. This is zone probably because there's no match. And when I say match, Gilly is still outside over here released, right? If there's only 2 receivers on the field and Gilly's not over here in the slot, they could be playing man, meaning they could trust the hell out of their safety and say he's going to play man, and this could be cover 1 where Gilly's playing Martellus Bennett. Or no, Gilly might be playing inside release with Gronk, and 53 is probably playing Martellus Bennett, or either or. One of these guys, I think 53 would have outside release and Gilly would have inside release based on the way they're standing, right? So, and then the slot over here, he could be playing man 50, and then 28 at the top could be playing man. So this could be cover one, right? But the way they do it, relying on your safeties, when we have guys like Izzy and Wanye who can cover, relying on your safety to be able to do what their safety is doing at the top of the screen, which is threaten to play man against that slot, is beautiful because it allows you to keep 5 guys down there at the line of scrimmage. So even though this safety might not be able to play man as good as a corner, staying in your base package allows you to still stop the run, but also you see they can still get have an effect on the pass as well, because you have these 5 guys that could be coming, or they could be dropping in coverage. You don't know, but you still have 5 guys that could be coming, right? And that safety is not going to have to cover as long if they're blitzing. Let's watch what happens. Boom, they're in man. Gilly is inside release. 53 was outside release. He hasn't taken off yet because Gronk is the outside release, but he's blocking. So 53 is waiting for Gronk to release right now. Gilly is following Bennett right now. He's driving on Bennett. That safety is playing man. 52 is playing man. 28 is playing man. This is cover 1 with 5 coming. And that's hard to do. It's hard to deal with because you got 5 men rushing right now against your line of scrimmage, and it's still in cover 1. They're going to throw this drag to Martellus. Gilly right there on it. Good tackle. Boom. So Gilly had inside release responsibility, and 53 had outside release responsibility. So if you watch from here, based on the alignment, so you see when I say inside release or outside release, that means if Gronk broke inside, Gilly was going to chase him. If Martellus broke inside, Gilly was going to chase him. If Martellus broke outside, 53 had him. You know what I mean? So that's how they communicated on this side of the field. Opposite side, based on the alignment, 52 is already on Bolden. He's just standing over Bolden so he doesn't get out leveraged here. And based on Bolden's splits, this isn't a run play to the inside, because if it was a run play to the inside, Bolden would be probably 2 feet closer to Brissett, right? So pre-snap reading as a defense, you're like, they're not running an inside zone or outside zone. They're either running a counter or a toss to the outside. Either way, 52 wants to be out here so that, if they're running that quick toss like you see the Packers do, he can't get out. If they're running a pass play, he's still ready for that. You know what I mean? He's step for step with him. Boom. Let's see what happens. And boom. So you see what happened there. Boom. Right now, he's still in trouble. What did Hughes do right here, man? You had him. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why did he even get this ball off? It looked like Hughes had him. What happened? Oh, he steps up. Okay, good. I'm about to say, how'd you run right past the guy? Yeah, like, you're gonna miss the guy from this range and right up on him. You're gonna miss from this range. Crazy, man. What you doing? What you doing, man? Here we go. Boom. All right, yeah, he gonna step up in the pocket. Had time to step up, give it to Martellus again. Threw it behind him, though. But Gilly was right there, do his thing. Yeah. What we got? We're in the nickel. Yep, they're in the nickel. Looks like cover 1. They're blitzing somewhere because Gilly and 28 are playing off. So when they're playing off, that's because they probably ain't got the help that they're looking for. Edelman is probably that single high safety is responsible for probably the pyramid, the top of the pyramid with Edelman in the seam. So they probably know before the snap, I'm not breaking outside the hash. I'm staying in the middle. I'm staying home. So you guys are on your own because they're playing. Gilly's inside leverage. He's trying to force this ball to the outside, so he has no help. 28 might get some help because he's playing against Gronk. All right, step for step. I don't think he has any help either because I don't think Gronk could get past him by himself. He doesn't have any help. He's playing inside leverage too. Gilly's playing inside leverage too. And boom, they throw a swing pass. Smack, gets nowhere. Nothing. Like what Rex does, though. He makes you make decisions pre-snap. You know what the decision is, but you ain't gonna like it. You ever heard people say, I got a plan, but you ain't gonna like it. That's the way it is against Rex. It's like, we know what you got to do, but you ain't gonna like it. Here we are on 4th and 2. What are we in? Let's see if I can guess this one. Oh, they bringing pressure on this one. Ain't no safeties deep. They're playing a 0 blitz right now, meaning everybody playing man, right? So Gilly's playing man. The safeties are playing man. That linebacker's playing man on Gronk. He's daring you right now. They're playing kind of the sticks, but they're playing man. And there's 0, there's empty backfield, but he ain't gonna have no time. Gilly's pressing, so Gilly like, I dare you. Yeah, he ain't gonna have no time. Oh, they drop back in the middle of the field at that. Beautiful. Yeah, 53 is in the middle of the field. They playing bracket coverage on Gronk. So they're saying, I dare you to throw at Gronk. And 50, no, that's 52, I think. And then 53 is playing spy, so he didn't even come. He still occupied a lineman, but he didn't move. And then so did 50. So 52 and 53 both peeled off. So they brought a blitz and then turned around. And this is how you get like those cheap what I call a hot zone. What do you call it? I call it hot. I forgot what I called it. It's like heat seeker. I call it heat seeker because you have a hot man, right? So if you see blitz, you read something hot. So that quarterback's gonna say, "All right, you're hot." Maybe the slot's hot, the tight end's hot. Meaning they're gonna run a hot route to accommodate the quarterback a quick option for the blitz. But when you see a guy jump back into those zones, so you see how 52 and 53 both jump back in the zone. They're not even spying; they just jump back in the zone. They not only occupy one of the linemen pre-snap, but so freed up these guys, these 4 guys that are blitzing, or 5 guys, however many it is down there. But they freed those guys up, but also they're jumping into those hot zones to try to get something, get an interception or a pop-up. Those are hard to beat. Boom. They beat it though, because they threw to the outside, beat that with James White, man, who could run routes. See, look at this. So the line is reading hot, right? There's nobody breaking across the middle of the field though. But if they were, watch what would have happened. So these guys act like they're blitzing. Look, they engage in all. Right now, Jacoby, if Gronk was breaking inside and not blocking, and he read this hot, and they say, "Yo, Gronk, go," which he couldn't do because Hughes. And this is what you do when you see a tight end trying to block you. Sometimes D-Law does this. You destroy him so that he has no momentum to get, to check and release. He can't check and release. But look at those linebackers, though. They look like they were blitzing. They turned around, and now they're back in the zone. Brissett just barely got this off and got smacked. Good defense. Good offense, too, though. But good defensive call. I like what I saw. And this is how you evaluate a defense. No defense is stopping everything or everyone. It's what were you trying to do? How did you execute? And obviously, offense might call something that just staggers what you called and beats you. But what were you trying to do? And what would have happened had they done what you anticipated? And what they were anticipating was that they would get Gronk hot across the middle, and they were hoping that he thought that the middle of the field was open, and Gronk ran a hot route to the middle of the field, and they were able to jump those with that heat seeker coverage, jump those hot routes, right? But they didn't do that. They didn't go to Gronk. They threw it to the perimeter against to a running back, which is to me a win. Like, you want the quarterback having to make a longer throw in those type of situations. Don't give them nothing easy. Right now, they look like they're in cover 2 or cover 4. Depends on what those corners do. They're in cover 4. If the corners go deep when they have 2 high safety, they're in cover 4. Right now, they're in cover 4, and they're face guarding both Martellus Bennett. They're bracketing Bennett or triangulating him. Bennett can't do nothing at the top of the screen. Gronk is they're playing outside leverage on Gronk. Gronk is about to break that leverage. It looks like he just runs right through him. Gronk used to cheat and do that. He ran right through him. Brissett takes off and gets smacked. Smacked too. He getting up slow. They mad at 57. 57 be smacking people, man. Let's watch what he doing on here. Like, they smacking. So yeah, he gets to the top. But look, Hughes has already won. So Brissett, like, I gotta go, baby. To go. Smack. Yeah, smack. That was a good hit too. He wasn't into his role yet, but he smacked it. I love seeing that, man. I know people be like, I hate when it happened to Dak. I do, but I love seeing it though. I love seeing it. I like when people get the shit smacked out of them, man. I'm a boxer. I just like people getting hit. Sorry, but violence is the answer sometimes. It really is, especially in football. For those of you like, CTE, well, we choose. We make choices, man. We make choices. I feel bad for people with CTE. Rest in peace, Marion Barber. AB has CTE, I think. You know what I mean? I feel bad for that. But this is football, and that's a part of football. It is what it is. That's just the way I think. Excuse me. But it's a part of boxing too. And just so you know, I'm not insensitive. My sons box and do MMA, right? So it ain't like I'm like judging from the sideline, and I boxed my whole life. Boom. All right, here we go. What are they in? They're in cover 3. Looks like, because Gilly's running deep here, right? Because he has nothing over here. That's probably because Edelman. Let me see why Gilly. What is Gilly doing? What are we doing here? All right, so Gilly's playing Edelman, right? But he has help underneath, I think. What are we doing? No, Gilly's not playing Edelman. He's playing 15. But what are they doing? So 15 breaks to the middle of the field. Gilly leaves him alone. Edelman's running a fake reverse to the flat, but that ain't his responsibility because 57 is over there, and so is 21, right? Um, I don't know what the hell they're in because some guys are playing man. Like 53 is definitely playing man, 28 is playing man, but Gilly's playing deep zone, and so is the safety. They're playing deep zone. 20's playing match man and M breaking following 15. So you got two guys playing man, or maybe three. Two guys are playing man because 28's playing zone. He's just looking through the man. Gilly's playing deep zone. 23 or the safety is playing deep zone. But 20 is playing man on 15. 57 is playing man on Martellus Bennett. 21 is kind of on Julian Edelman, just watching him, but he's not driving on that. Um, yeah, that's crazy. And 53 is playing that rail route against Bolden. So this is a weird call too. I like it. It's a man zone though, but very strange. Very strange. He ain't got no time to do nothing either. He tried to hit that rail route. That's a mesh. I told you they running a mesh rail concept, and that was tried to hit that rail route and missed it. Good setup if you could have beat him, because 53 is out leveraged right now. No, he's not. He's in good position. He's in good position, but look at the throw you got to make. You already get smacked. Almost every time Brissett gets rid of this ball, he's already smacked. They fall at the end of it. Oh, he could have caught that. That was a good call. Good call, good defense. Fell at the end of it, but look at what you got to do here. You know what I mean, to beat these guys. All right, they're in that. What's this? This is like the nickel. They look like they're in nickel. Yeah, they're in nickel. Boom. All right. Gilly don't look like he got no help at the bottom. Yeah, Gilly's a man at the bottom of the screen. Safety's a man. They look like they're playing cover 2 on the top, though. So they're man at the bottom with help over the top. And they look like they're in cover 2 at the top of the screen because that guy that's rerouting Edelman right now, that nickel, he's watching the quarterback. He's not playing man. He's playing zone. And he knows he has help over the top. 23 in the middle of the field is just watching. He's playing zone, but when you see a guy kind of already face guarding the guy, that's an indication of match man because he's playing in his zone, but he's waiting for the receiver to get to his area to run with him. So if he runs with him, it's match man. If he lets him go, see, that's match man. See that? They're both matching him. See, now he just runs with him up the seam. You see that? That's match man. So when I say match man, that's what I mean. Okay. That means he's not technically in man, but if the guy runs into his zone, his job is to follow. So he's in match man. That corner at the top was in deep zone, and that nickel was playing like kind of like trail. When he was playing up the sideline. So seam was like a roll up zone, right? You're like rolling up the seam. If you are familiar with Madden, when you see the magenta coverage, you're like, what you see? It looks like flat coverage, but then they're rolling up the sideline. That's like that's the zone that he's playing. So it looks like flat, but it's flat, and then you're playing trail. It's a flat first, so you're playing flat to trail or flat to the outside or whatever you want to call it to the cones. You know what I mean? Flat to cone, whatever you want to call it. What happens? Woo! Through to the middle of the field. He thought you had a lick. So look at this again. They take the shot because you got a safety on. I don't know if that's not. Is that Edelman? Yeah, is it? I don't know who it is. It might be Amendola, but you got a safety on him. But you don't anticipate that this corner is going to come over top of that. Just like we just watched Snead do, right? That corner's outside help on that. He threw inside, boom. Safety makes a great play. He really was one-on-one. That was a beautiful play by whoever 23 is. Beautiful play because he's one-on-one. That's Edelman he's guarding one-on-one up the seam. So he knows, hey, I got him. He's face guarding. Boom. He takes him up the seam. Turns around, gets his both hands on the ball at that. That's how you get interception. That was perfectly played. And he knew what was coming. No trickery there. That was good communication. Perfectly played. Perfectly played. Very difficult to beat that. They knew exactly what was going on. All right, 1st and 10. See what you're doing. All right, we're in. What is that? Looks like they're in their base. Yeah, 53 is just out on the edge, outside the outside linebacker. Again, he has outside. They're doing that same thing I told you before. They're in their base, but 53 is playing outside release. Gilly is playing inside release because he's watching the inside. So he's in a position to drive on the seam, drive on anything in breaking, slant, seam, dig, drag, all that. Gilly's just going to follow anything inside. He has help with 52 unless 52 is playing man on blunt. He has help here if it's zone. If it's man, if he's playing man, then he doesn't have any help. So Gilly's going to have to be fast with his drive. Hughes is playing, he's spread out wide 9 a little bit. So he might be trying to reroute anything in breaking in the slot to give that safety 23 once again help. And as you can see, Rex Ryan he needs a safety that can play man and zone very well, and that's smart. So Hooker would do well here. Izzy would do well here. Wanye would do well here. He doesn't have any traditional safeties like a Wilson so far that plays in the box only, or guys like Curse, who plays pretty much man only and in the box. He asks the safeties to do a lot. So you have to be an athletic safety that can get in and out of your breaks. This leans to guys like Izzy, Wanye, and Hooker with a Rex Ryan. If Rex Ryan is here, he will use those guys to the max, I think, due to the skill set that they have. Even guys like Marquise. Marquise could probably do something for him, but the way he has 23 playing and he has the other guy playing 20 playing single high, Hooker will probably be that single high guy, and 23 would probably be 30 with Wanye or 24 with Izzy, the way Izzy's able to man up. Izzy's, and I say this all the time, people don't agree with me because when I say best player, I mean who's the guy that can do everyone's job, okay? The best defensive back that we have is Izzy Mukuamu, okay? Sounds crazy, don't it? The reason I say that is you see what 23 is doing here? Play a man in the seam. Izzy can do that. You see what 28 is doing or what Gilly is doing, playing outside man or outside corner? Izzy can do that. You see what 20 is doing, single high? Izzy can do that. You know what I'm saying? Then next up will be Wanye, who could play slot to single high. So he could play anything interior. You're not really an exterior corner. Like I wouldn't put him on the edge like I would put Izzy because he doesn't have the experience there. But Wanye can play nickel because he's done that already last year against Carolina. He was playing nickel. So he could play nickel. He can play man. He could play single high. He could play box. So Wanye and Izzy are our two best defensive backs. They're not better at corner than any of the corners, but they're good enough at corner to play corner. You get what I'm saying? So when I say they're our best, that means they're like a B plus or a B everywhere, or maybe a B and a C everywhere as far as their grade. Maybe be an A nowhere, right? But they're a B or a C everywhere. Whereas those other guys might be a specialist where like Diggs is an A outside, right? But that's the only place you can put him. You know what I mean? Bland is an A in the slot and probably a B plus on the outside. You know what I mean? And maybe a C or less at safety. So the most balance that you have is with Izzy and those guys. I'm just taking the time to break that down because people are always asking, like, what do I mean when I call those guys our best, right? Let me see. That's what I mean. So don't take offense if one of those other guys are your favorite. Dang, what I mean, man, that don't mean they trash. That just means they ain't it. They can't do everything. All right, they ain't Navy SEALs. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens here. So you got inside, outside. So they're playing bracket. Hughes is trying to reroute this slot before he makes his way to the quarterback, or he's gonna try to chip inside if this is a slant. So that's why he's here to discourage this from being a quick inside route. So that safety has the ability to stay outside and over the top. He doesn't have to drive on anything in breaking. That's my guess, but let's see what actually happens. All right, Hughes gives up the inside because he's now back on the line of scrimmage. They go in the late motion. The safety steps inside. Boom. So he has inside release. The corner has outside release. That's what they're doing here. That's why he stepped inside with that motion. Boom. He takes the inside release. The corner takes the outside release. 52 doesn't have anything to do because they're in max protect. There's nothing for 52 to do. There's nothing for 53 to do. There's nothing for Gilly to do. So once they're watching to wait for those the chip and release, they don't get it, right? So now they're just playing zone, hook the flat underneath, and everybody outside is pretty much one-on-one. Julian Edelman got 28 turned around and got a catch. Yeah, it was a good route by Julian. Good route by Julian. Yeah, they're playing max protect. So they kept everybody, Martellus, Gronk, and Blunt in. So 52, 53, and 24 have nothing to do here. And they still bring 5. Let's see what those 5 are able to do against that 8. It's 8 on 5. So that's still a win, in my opinion, for defense because you only got a 3-man route. You can't get everybody out. You can't get everybody out. And they still got pressure against that 8. They still got pressure. He just steps up, stays poised, and gets that ball off, but still got pressure. Boom. Great hit at the end, too, man. Clean his clock. Brown, whoever that is, 52. Smacking. They smacking over there. Rex Ryan's my favorite pick. There's 20 now in the slot. So both safeties are interchangeable in regards to playing man in the slot. They have to be athletic guys. So that safety is now in the slot. You have the corner at the top is playing outside release. You probably have 52 playing man. I don't know what they're probably in the zone now because 53 is not able to help against Gronk or Bennett based on his alignment. And 52 looks like he's on the running back. So right now, if you're looking at the top of the screen, you want to see how you read whether it's zone or man. I'm reading zone. I don't know if it is zone for sure yet, but the reason I read that is because 52, if he were playing man, he's on Blunt, right? Who is that? 55, who's a pass rusher, is probably not playing man at all, but he could be. But if he is, he's playing probably outside release on Gronk. And then you have that corner that's playing off. He's probably playing, deep to inside release on Bennett. Bennett's not even over there. So it's only one tight end over there. So that changes things. I didn't know. I thought Gronk was over there. My bad. So if Gronk's not over there, you could be a man because if Gronk was over there, you have numbers to that side, right? It would be 3 receivers to that side and not enough coverage over there. So they could be playing man, but I still think it's zone. But it's either cover 1 or it's a cover 3. Let's see. Oh, they're blitzing and they're playing zone, like I thought. All right, so they blitzed the safety instead of having him play man. He fired hot off the edge, and they didn't pick him up because of his alignment. So look at his alignment here. Watch the corner on this. The safety at the bottom of the screen on this play. So you see him. He's walking up. It looks like he's playing man because now this is how you sell this, right? You see where that safety is deep? He's on the opposite hash, right? So you would believe if you're a quarterback, there's got to be man in the slot because there's no way you're going to leave Edelman wide open like that, right? There's no way you're going to leave him open. But this has to be cover 3 on the back end because the responsibility of Gilly at the bottom now, Gilly is playing deep zone. So he's playing thirds, right? But he's watching inside. So his job is to run up the field, watching anything under the flat. So somebody else is probably going to jump to the flat, and Gilly's going to be breaking in on anything in the seam or anything in breaking and trying to stay over the top of anything deep if the guy over him just runs deep, right? So let's see what they do. Boom. So late the safety gets over that hash because he knows, hey, my guy in the slot is blitzing. That linebacker knows what's going on because he's running to get inside the seam, and Gilly's playing outside the seam. So right now there's a kill zone. And at the bottom of the screen, you see this triangle? I call that a kill zone, meaning if that quarterback reads hot here and throws the ball here, Gilly's on that. If it's an in-breaking route, he's going to get blown up anyway. But Gilly's on anything. If you run into that kill zone, into that pyramid, all 3 of those guys are converging on that, right? So Brissett is now looking in the middle of the field, probably trying to look that safety off, but he's got a guy barreling down on him. Boom, he sees it. He doesn't have any time to do anything. Gilly right now is covering two people. So he's playing Edelman inside, but he knows he has deep help. He's going to pass this off probably and drive on the flat now that Brissett is broken off because he sees 53 who is getting over the top of this inside, right? And that safety has time to drive on this late. All right, let's see what happens. Boom. See, Gilly let it go, and now Gilly's playing the flat and watching that, right? And that safety's now taking this. So you have the linebacker playing trail technique and the safety playing over the top. Still good position. Boom. Where do they go with this ball? Across the middle. Boom. Across the middle on that dig route on our deep over. And 28 makes a great play. And 28 was kind of playing man. Look at him. 28's playing man. See that? He's the only one playing man most of the game. He's driving up through that hip. Boom! Oh, that was an interception, man. You missed that. Do some push-ups. Do some push-ups. Rex make you think, man. He making me think, and I'm just watching it. So imagine doing it. You a quarterback, and you got 3 seconds to figure out all this. I got all the time in the world with a pause button. You know what I'm saying? Imagine having to figure all this out on the fly. That's Rex make you think. He make you think. Boom. All right, so they're bringing 4, maybe. No, they're bringing 4. All right, what are they in? Looks like cover 3. Yeah, looks like cover 3. It looks like cover 3. Yeah. Boop. Nothing. Smack. Oh my God, man. They be smacking, man. 52 again. He come and clean the pile up, man. Every time. He like hitting. Look at that. Hughes wins quick. 53 makes a hit. 52 comes like, man, you better go down next time. Yeah, you better go down next time, player. You tripping. Don't do that. You tripping. All right, here we go. They crawl around the line of scrimmage. Let me go back to see what they're doing. All right, here we go. Everybody crawling except for 55. He's the only one with his hands in the ground. They used to do this against Tony Romo. Confused the hell out of him. All right. We got, based on the alignment, it looks like man under. Too high man under. So it looks like both safeties are playing too high safety, and then you look like man under inside. They're trying to funnel everything inside, so everybody's taking outside leverage, pushing everything inside. And I don't know who's playing man underneath. Is anybody playing man underneath? I don't know what they're doing now. Let me see. Boom. This is zone. See? Crazy. This is zone cover 2. This is cover 2. So you see the triangle in the middle of the field. You got the deep middle. You got 2 high safeties there. You got Gilly in the flat, corner watching the flat. These 2 guys underneath, just watching underneath. But now you know it's cover 2. At the last second, you figure that out. Still hard to deal with. And you see, it confused the hell out of Brissett. He pulled the ball down because he didn't know what to do with the ball because he read man just like I did. It looked like man. And they even followed pre-snap. So watch this. He's going to pull this guy inside because he's trying to get a good read. Look, watch this. Say, come on. Let me see what it is. See, they move like it's man. That look like man. No, it's not. That's why he's sitting there bouncing. It ain't man. Crazy. That was beautiful. Could have got a flag on that. Watch it, 53. Still good play, though, by Rex. I like what I saw there. Once again, it's 3rd and 19 now. What we got going on? Must have been holding on that play. All right, so they're doing it again. What is this? Could be too high, man. Let me see what the alignment underneath is. How you tell? No, it's zone. Reason I say that is because you got 3 to the top side, right? So it's 3 by 1. You got Bennett over here. Then you got 2 guys over here, right? If those 3 at the top are covering that means the slot is covering Bennett, but he's not aligned to stop anything in breaking. So he's not covering Bennett unless 52 is not blitzing and dropping back into this hot zone. But 52 looks like he's coming. He's like mugging the line of scrimmage, standing there. But you can't really tell. You don't know if he's coming or not. You see 57 already bail into the middle of the field. So I'm thinking he's playing deep middle and it's cover 2. That's what I'm thinking. And then, these guys are playing hook to flat on the outsides, right? That's what I think is happening. They're looking at the quarterback too. Both corners are watching the quarterback. This looks like cover 2 right now. Do they stay with it? Yeah, it's cover 2. All right, so yeah, it's cover 2. Oh, I was right. He still has to hold his ball way longer than he wants to, and he makes a bad throw. It got open late, but look how long he had to hold this ball to get it open. And look, see, 23 looks like he's playing man right now, right? The reason I said he wasn't though is because this motion at the last minute, right? Watch how he moves, and when he moves outside leverage, it's like, why would you wouldn't give Martellus Bennett a free release inside unless 52 is not coming and he's standing inside waiting for that heat seeker right now, getting him to read hot inside, right? But if they wanted him to read hot inside, they would show 23 somewhere else, meaning make Bennett look open so that you would think 23 is blitzing. And if you think 23 is blitzing, now you're going to go hot, and now 52 has a chance, or 95, one of these guys have a chance to try to jump underneath anything you throw to Bennett, right? But if you're going to cover Bennett up the way they're covering him up right now, then they don't want you to read hot. See, they want you to read man. See, they want, hey, it looks like he's playing man. He is not. See, last minute, 23 bells. Too late to change the call now. You got the ball in your hand. So look, Martellus is blocking. They're playing max protect. But look in the middle of the field. You ain't getting nothing easy. You're going to have to throw this outside the sticks. See that? Nothing easy. Nothing easy. And they only brought 3 on this play. They only brought 3. They dropped 8. Look at that. Look at this in breaking route with 80. He really shouldn't even got this off, right? They just played it wrong. 21 breaks down because he got out of his zone. But you see how they play zone like man? 21 carried it all the way to this hash. And now you see 53 running. He's not standing. He's running in that zone, but he's too shallow. Too shallow. Because they had 2 guys in this. They high-load him. So he should have gave that to Gilly. That was 53's fault. He could have broke this up too. Watch this. He gave this to Gilly. He should have gave this to Gilly in the flat. I know that's what Rex will tell him. Watch this. The reason I'm gonna say that. Watch this next play. Because Gilly could have they high load him, but Gilly's down there. So you should have never chose low. You should have floated high, and he would have stayed underneath this route late. But he made the last minute. He made a bad decision. But this is a great defensive call, right? And watch the bottom of the screen. So Gilly is playing flats, right? Look at this. Boom. Gilly's in the flat. He's pressing. Jacoby has nowhere to go with this ball right now. Still has nowhere to go with this ball. So that in breaking route 21 is following him up across the seam. Gilly's still watching the flat, right? So Gilly now is on that. He's on the flat. He's on that. 53 should keep running, keep sinking or bailing underneath this route. The ball will go straight to him. It will come straight to him. See, he sinks when really he doesn't have to drive on the flat because Gilly's already down there. And this ball goes right through his zone over top of him. Boom. That would have been 53. He would have either picked that or just been in the way where you couldn't even throw the ball anyway. Right. Yeah. But good call. Good call. And they only brought 3. You don't know which 3 was coming, though. Boom. Martellus Bennett is a blocking son of a bitch. Damn. Still almost intercepted that, too. Martellus Bennett is a hell of a blocker, man. Great tight end. Didn't get half the respect he deserved. I get no respect. Get off the field, Tyrod. Come on, man. Get out of here. Get off the field. Field goal. So there's your 16. 16-0. All right. What are we in? We're in a 3-4 base package with a safety in the seam or in the slot, whatever you want to call it. So they're playing zone because you know damn well at the bottom of the screen, this is how you know zone. You know 51 ain't covering Edelman. He's an outside linebacker. He ain't covering Edelman, but he is rerouting Edelman. So this is probably his zone. Let's see. Yeah, he is playing Edelman. And man, what the hell? Oh no, he was in zone, but he just carried him up the seam. So this is cover 2 again. No, it's not. This is cover 3. And one of these guys is playing man. That safety was playing man up the seam. He's the only one playing man. And you have that corner at the top of the screen playing deep quarter or deep thirds. So he's kind of like helping the safety over the top right now. He can drive over the top of this ball. And the safety at the bottom is now just playing deep zone on Edelman. And everybody underneath is just watching underneath. Boom. There's nowhere to go with that ball. The way that he deployed that linebacker, that outside linebacker on this play, like this stuff Micah Parsons can do, see what I'm saying? Like he could be outside linebacker, but he can do stuff like this, where it's like he would make him do that. Like if you make this looks like, hey man, I'm gonna eat all day with Julian Edelman. There's no way he's playing man against this guy. But right now, his back's to the quarterback. He's really playing man zone. Like he's playing that guy with his back to the quarterback, like he's playing man until he gets out of his zone. Then he turns around. See? He pulls the ball down because of that. He's thinking he's going to get a reroute and Edelman's going to be open quick. But 51, instead of rerouting him, he plays trail technique. And that trail technique underneath made it so that he had to hold that ball longer because he carried him instead of just pushing him and letting him go. If you push him and let him go, he would have had a quick, hot up the seam, but he couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Boom. What is this? What is it, man? Base coverage. Safety in the slot. Safety look like he's hot because he ain't playing man. So safety looks hot. What's happening? Safety is hot. He blitzes. They get nothing. And I think this was dollar actually, because you got no outside linebackers. There's no outside linebackers. No, this is nickel. There's nickel. There are outside linebackers. They're in nickel, that's all. Or dime, whatever, in nickel. But both the nickel and the safety are blitzing. Oh, that's because it's Wildcat. You get nothing. Get out of here. Nobody's scared of that shit. Get that shit out of here. 3rd and 6. Let's see what happens. You know they throwing. All right, right now they are in their nickel. Boom. Yeah, they're in their nickel. Well, actually, they're in dollar because both linebackers are mugging the line of scrimmage, but they got a 3-man line in that. So there's 5 up front, and then there's 6 on the back end. So they're in their dollar. Yeah, they're in their dollar. We see 2 linebackers, it's dollar. Boom. Oh, safety look like he's blitzing. Now you look like you're in cover 1. This looks like cover 1 right now. Safety blitz. Oh, I like it. Late too. Yeah, this was cover 1 with a safety blitz. Ew. Good throw, because that was covered. That was covered. Boom. Yeah, he was covered. Yeah, great throw. Good route by Gronk too. That was just playing keep away right there. Yeah. This is some fun film to watch. Like this is probably the funnest film I watched, like I said, in a little bit, other than Spagnolias and those guys. But this is fun to watch. Cause I don't know what the hell they're doing half the time. He's like, Mom, the meatloaf. Who's seen what's it called? Wedding Crash. He's like, we want it. We want it bad. I never know what she's doing back there. That's my shit, man. Oh man, that's my shit. I never know what she's doing back there. Gosh. We want it now. I never know what Rex is doing back here. Remember Andre 3000? He said, I hope that you're the one. That's how I feel about Rex. If not, you are the prototype. This is it. Because this is what I want in the defensive coordinator. Pause. This is what we want right here, man. Right here. Boom. See that? Still stopped it. Crazy. And they set that up right. So they're trying to get them to drive on the flat here. This is how you trick a smart defense, too. You have to get them thinking the wrong way. So you got two guys driving, but this is why you know everybody does their job and knows their responsibility. So 28 still on this guy. Now they're running like a natural pick on 23. See that? He waits for it and splits those guys and then just matches them up the seam. Boom. Breaks this up still with his inside hand, his upfield shoulder. Boom. Breaks that up. That was beautiful. 23 is a beast. Who the hell is 23? Who is he? Somebody tell me who that is from 2016. Number 23. This dude's a beast. But this is like you don't get this kind of safety play. Look at that. Look at that. Beast. You was a beast. Whoever you is. Who was that masked man? Crazy. 3-by-1 set. Let's see. Boom. Get man with some robber. They not a man. What is this? See what I'm saying? It looks like man at the snap, but at the top of the route, look at that. Now it turns into what? I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what this is. Because I could say cover 3, but that safety that's deep right now, it's probably cover 3. Yeah, but it just looks crazy. They tried it, though. There go 23 again. They keep trying 23. Y'all better stop trying that, man. He ain't no slouch. So stop playing with me. Who is 23? Y'all got that in the chat? That's Edelman up the seam. They rerouted him. Boom. They don't got time to get it off. Let me get back to it. Why they ain't had time? I want to say thank you very much. All right, Danny Nickel. Picking me up. Oh, that is. We only bring 4. Boom. Nice little twist in the middle of the field. Nice game. They ran. Boom. 91. Killed him. Ugh. Knocked the air out of him. Get him out of here. He was beat too. 23 was beat there if he could have stepped into that. But that's where you got a defense that's complementary and they work with each other because the front 4, front 7, front 5, whatever, those guys are helping this back end. And on plays that are supposed to be coverage sacks, the back end is disciplined and does what it's supposed to do to buy those guys underneath time. So everybody who thinks that Rex is just a blind blitzer is crazy. Like Rex is he's a smart defensive coordinator. Very smart. This is Rex and Rob, both of those guys, because they both were together here. So this is they'll probably be together if Rex comes here too. He'll probably put Rob somewhere on the staff. If Rob's not already working. I don't know. They bring 5 here. They look like they're in cover 3 here. They bring 5. They're not in cover 3. Yes, they are in cover 3, but the slot is playing like man, but just soft. They got nothing. You got nothing. Even the alignments, right? Like you don't know what the hell these guys are doing. Look at 23 walking across the field. Boom. Now he's a man. I mean, he's in zone. Stepping up in the pocket. He got to keep coming off of everything he's locked in on. So you see 20 was playing soft man on Edelman, but look at that. 23 is underneath that. You can't let that dig route go. And now he's pressing the check now. He's driving on the check. Bang! Kills him. They flattened him. He got rid of that ball? No, he got sacked. He got sacked right there. That was nice. That's nice. Let me see. Look at this again. This is what I just said it. I said when the secondary is supposed to create a coverage sack, they are disciplined and do what they're supposed to do because nobody wins right away here, right? Except for maybe Hughes forces them to step up. But this isn't that wasn't Hughes actually. 57 Alexander forced him to step up. Hughes is right there. Hughes breaks his own ankles right there. But them having to hold this ball is what forces this sack. That was a coverage sack. 53 just got a sack based off of the coverage. Him and 52. They got a sack based off the coverage. Beautiful. Because he had nowhere to go with the ball. He had to hold it and kind of drift. And that got him killed. The offense did not light nothing up. They put up 16 points, man. 16 points is all they gave, all they put up. That's it. Look at Shady. I liked Shady too. Shady was alright when he was playing. Oh man, he got hurt. He was hurt. Let's see what they doing. Base. They in the base? No, they're in nickel. They're in nickel. Looks like cover one. Don't know what it is because they ran the ball. And just running the clock out. Look like they know they lost already. You ain't putting up 16 points this late. Oh no, they threw it. They threw it. Let's see. Smack. They on that though. Come on, man. Yo, they mean over there, man. Yo, he launched, buddy. Get out of it. That's real linebackers, man. Real linebackers for you. Blitzing. He's still blitzing. Rex Ryan is an asshole. He's still blitzing. And they hurting shit when they hit you. When they hit you, you don't get up fast, man. Martellus Bennett is hurt over there because they bring pressure to the opposite side. It looks like they play inside out coverage right there. Boom, goes in motion. 23 is covering him, and man, 23 gets rubbed underneath by by Julian Edelman. and then Bennett goes sky high, and he does not finish this game probably because he hurt. Let's see what we got going on here. They're in their nickel. Brissett has to hold this football late to the drag. Oh, that was a good play though by Bolden, and a good defense. But sometimes you make a play. Bolden made a play here. So Bolden's on 52 is on Bolden. He gonna cover him. Boom, bam, outside break done. Good turn. 23 makes a tackle. I like 23, man. Was that Williams? Who is Williams? Which Williams? Yeah, I don't know who he is, but he's the truth. Let's see what happens here. Game pretty much over. I'm just checking these last couple plays real quick. See what they're doing. Yeah, they just handing the ball off. This game. That's a game. This one went real long because I just had to see what was going on with Rex and the team. But that one went real long. I liked it though. I like what Rex is still my favorite, especially based off that film. That was crazy. He said, "I enjoy all the useless analysis." Are you talking about me, John? Damn, John is like that. I'm useless. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Now that John S ain't talking. Let me see. Oh, he talking about it because it's scripted. He said, "So no real point in talking negative about players. They win or lose depending on the script." Yeah, no, John be on to something with that. But you was wrong this year though, John, because you remember we came up with the idea. He came up with the idea that basically it's color coded, right? Like it was purple and red. So you had me going for a second because Baltimore, it was supposed to be Baltimore and the Niners, right? Based off the purple and red. Didn't go that way. So you gotta come up off that, or you gotta come up with what other theory you got, because that one ain't work. That one ain't work. Oh, John, come on, John, what you doing, bro? Stop it, bro. Stop coming at John and then, man. Cause John now coming at me. I don't know what you're doing, John. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck up out of here, then, man. Ain't nobody chasing you. Y'all chased him out of here. Why y'all chase John away, man? What'd he do? That was Aaron Williams at safety. He said Hyde was definitely a beast, but that wasn't Hyde though. That wasn't Hyde. You right. That was AJ, Aaron Williams. John, what's on? What's going on, John? John mad we lost, man. Yeah, John is mad. He said the NFL isn't scripted, and y'all like John like it's scripted. Hey man, it's a lot of crazy shit that goes on. You can't tell me that the mob is just letting this go. So when you say fake and scripted, I don't think it's scripted like we know who's going to win, but I think it changes based off of what the public thinks. So if the public is like betting too much on a certain team, they might just turn the lights off on Colin and Kaepernick and the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Or the Atlanta Falcons is up 28-3, might just have a crazy comeback, or the Lions is up 24 to nothing, might just have a crazy comeback. So stuff like that, I think happens, but I don't think it's like you read a script and you know who's going to win. I honestly think that the Ravens were given every opportunity to win. You're given the opportunity to do it, but it's just like a fight when you're watching boxing, right? You got your favorite. Your favorite can still get knocked the fuck out by the underdog, right? Who's not supposed to win the game. You know what I mean? But he's going to get every opportunity to win. Just like Michael Parsons don't get holding calls, right? The team that's playing him is getting every opportunity to get the damn ball off. They still got to get the ball off, and the person still got to catch the ball, but they're given every opportunity to do it. You know what I mean? But they still got to execute. And some guys just don't execute, in those situations. And I don't think that players would continue to play thinking that it's scripted. So when people talk about it's tilted, the refs are the guys that kind of tilt the game. I don't think it's players. I don't think it's like the WWE, the way you try to describe it. But I give merit to what you say. You know what I'm saying? I give merit to what you say. As I said, he in here hating on Dak. John always hate on Dak. That ain't new to me, man. But whatever. I ain't here to talk about that. Anyway, back to my point. Appreciate you, John. Appreciate y'all for jumping on. Stop beating John ass. John is, a cynic. He's the local cynic. Him and Mike Tyke, that's what they do. So ignore him. But here we go. When you look at Rex Ryan and what we just watched on film, Rex Ryan is definitely my favorite. I will be watching more Rex Ryan due to the fact that he made me think today. I've been on for almost 2 hours. This is the longest one I've done. It usually take an hour and a half. I've been on for 2 hours because Rex is intricate and he makes you think, and you have to second guess yourself at times because you can't just say, "Hey, this looks like this." Even at the snap, it's like it looks like that. Then at the top of it, it'll change. That creates confusion and hesitation in any quarterback because you can't trust what you see. Even post snap, you can't really trust what you see. That play, a good play to kind of give you an understanding, is that play where that number 51, he follows Edelman up the seam like he's playing man. Then he cuts around and turns around and he's in zone. He just stops and plays a flat. But he looked like he was in man. He took his eyes off the ball and was in man for a second. Then he's boom in zone. So that type of stuff is like scary for coordinators, scary for quarterbacks, and it only makes Dak better playing and practicing against that, and it makes this team better because now everybody will have to communicate to stay ahead of the curve as far as his defenses go. So I think Rex would be the guy for me. Pause again, I keep doing it, but I think Rex is the coordinator that I would want. He said they did the logo wrong. It was red over purple, meaning red wins. Oh, they fumble and then go for it twice on fourth. Facts. He said Dallas is going to be interviewing Martindale. You said why not Zimmer? I wouldn't be mad at Zimmer. I'm not honestly. Everybody we interview, I don't know about Ron Rivera. He's the only one I really don't. I like him to train linebackers because he was a head coach at some point, so he can understand how to take less responsibility. But I don't like him running the defense as much as I like everybody else. Temperament wise and wisdom, I think they've done a good job interviewing smart. You see what they're going for. They're not going for anybody new trying to figure it out. They want somebody that can run a team. And if you can run a team, you can run a unit. So they're looking, that's what they historically do. They're looking for guys that can run their unit like it's their own and let Mike McCarthy do what he wants to do. They're not looking for somebody that Mike McCarthy has to tutor. So they don't want a young guy. They haven't gone after anybody young. So Martindale has been in the league for damn near 30 years. Zimmer's been in the league for 20 some years. You know what I'm saying? You got Rex Ryan, who grew up with a football in his hand. Their lineage goes back so far. He got more shit that he forgot about defense. And he got so many defenses he can deploy. 46, 44, 52, 3-4, 4-3. He could do it all. Him and his brother have done it all. You know what I'm saying? But they love the 3-4, but those guys are veterans, so they don't want a guy that, one, if you did have to fire Mike McCarthy for whatever reason, can't be an interim coach or a replacement possibly. But two, you don't want a guy that adds pressure to an already pressure situation. So the fact that Mike McCarthy's on a prove it year doesn't hurt anybody because I like this. I like the Dick LeBeaus, the Capers, the Jimmy Johnson, not the Jimmy Johnson we had, but the one the Eagles had, where you just have a defensive coordinator. This is going to be your guy. He's going to be here. That's it. You know what I mean? You can go get another coach. You can go get another offensive coordinator. This is our defensive coordinator. That's it. Pittsburgh did that with Dick LeBeau. No matter who came in as the head coach, Dick LeBeau is our defensive coordinator. I want us to find a guy like that. And I'm hoping Rob Ryan doesn't have any more head coaching goggles and he just wants to play and do what he does, which is be the defensive coordinator that he is. Hold on 1 second. Yo, baby. Okay, I'm still live anyway. Thank you. All right, baby. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's what you got. That's what you got. So I like Rob and I like Rex too, but I think Rob is probably going to come in as like a package deal if Rex comes. So Sir Lawrence McKinney, that's probably what we get. David Jenkins, he said, Koye, always appreciate your breakdowns. That helps my eyes, which hold on, are your ears to help me. That helps my eyes, which are your ears to help me. DJ Touch, yeah, man, I know. Uh, He said, I think it was supposed to be the Ravens, but once Swift got involved, it changed so they can sell it. How many people tuning in just to see her to see her now? I mean, she brought her fans with her. I mean, it's gonna be conspiracy theories that go all over the board, man. That's the way it goes. But you could be right. You could be right. It's funny that they did go back to the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift is like all over the place with their publicity stunt. That's definitely a publicity stunt. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, if I'm going to go super conspiracy cold with it, you know what I mean? The way I am, what I know, I did that before. I went all the way into the rabbit hole, bro. Especially after my brother died. I was like COVID crazy, right? Because the bullshit. And I still know it. But at the end of the day, man, there's not one thing I can point at that ain't been touched by the people. You know what I'm saying? I would have to just stop living because I live in this matrix. So it's either become Neo and have fun in the matrix, which I do. If you know better, then you should be enjoying this matrix because you can manipulate it. Whereas if you don't know no better, then you succumb to it and you succumb to the whims of the will of someone else, right? Then it's no fun. But for me, it's cool because I know what it is, but I don't follow every rabbit through the hole anymore because to do that, it just takes the fun out of everything, man. I just like to have fun, man. I want to have some fun. I don't want to live I got everything. I'm a prepper. I got all that shit prepared, but I ain't about to live in a fucking bunker until it happens. Like when it happens, I go down there. You know what I mean? But right now, let's party. You know what I mean? Fuck all that. That's the way I think, man. But Coach Marv says, Okoye, whoever it is the job. The first job is someone to get this defense attention and this softness out first. But yeah, linebacker coach still got that go, Okoye. Agree with you. He said, "What do you think of the ex Tennessee Titans head coach as our DC, Mike Vrabel?" I just did a whole hour and a half on Vrabel a couple days ago, so watch it, Dave, or listen to it, and you'll like that. I do enjoy the game. It's fun trying to figure out the rig. Yeah, I mean, whatever your angle is, that's what it is. Figure it out and have fun with it. Yeah, but imagine how much money a Cowboy Chiefs Super Bowl would bring. It's not rigged. I mean, if it is rigged, it's about money, right? This is something I can give you. watch the underdogs. Usually, the underdogs will carry you either all the way to the Super Bowl or to the NFC Championship, at least, especially in the playoffs. Uh, Lions were that team this year. Cincinnati was that the year the Rams won. Cincinnati won every game. Come on, man. You cover every spread and cover in the Super Bowl. That's hard to do. Cincinnati covered in every game in that year. Check me out if you think I'm wrong. Like, that's hard to do, bro. So underdog, the Cowboys' biggest problem. You know why the Cowboys don't make money in the Super Bowl or in the playoffs? You know why we haven't won playoff games? Because the Cowboys are really America's team, and people bet on the Cowboys heavily when they're looking like they're winners, right? And when you do that, it makes it harder for you to win when you're not the underdog. You know what I mean? When you're the underdog coming into the playoffs, you got a better shot. The Eagles, the year they won, they covered every game. The Giants, the years that they won against the Patriots, they covered every game. Mike McCarthy, the year he was a wild card guy in 2010 and went to the Super Bowl, covered every game in the playoffs. That's kind of hard, bro. It's hard to do, but it keeps happening in the playoffs. Now, in the regular season, you get a more balance because it's so many, the bookie can balance itself out some other way because you got so many games. But at the end of the season, you got less games. So that means you have more of the nation betting on less games. So that has energy when it comes to the refs. There's no doubt about that. Now, that doesn't mean it's a script, like I said, but there's no way that you're just saying, go Vegas ain't gonna lose that type of money. You know what I mean? They're not. The league will be over. If you bet the wrong way, like the Super Bowl, where the Patriots won every game. My brother was winning money all year. Maine was killing it. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but his book, you hated his ass all year. He was killing until the Super Bowl. He lost like 12 grand. 12 grand, so flat tires, but they come for that ass. So it's just funny, man. It's funny. Like it's a lot of shit there. But I make fun of it because, like I said, it's just fun to do. Akoy, does it surprise you that they would want Ryan with the ego he has because he ain't no yes man? No, it doesn't surprise me. I think he understands who ownership is, and I think he's going to respect the front office. But he also understands, hey, um, I'm here to make a defense that's indomitable, right? And he needs that. They need that ego and that attitude to bring certain guys to heel, like your Micah Parsons, and guys who just want to do what they want to do. Nah, not here, not here. You need that. So all of them have that. Zim, they don't care what you're talking about in the front office. I want the guy that don't give a fuck about getting fired. Don't you want that? All those guys are that. Martindale is that. Zimmer is that. That's why I like them all. Zimmer is that. Vrabel is that. You got to do your job and not give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You can't say I'm not gonna play the way I know or call the game the way I know I need to call it because I'm afraid of losing my job. No, you got to not give a damn if you get fired or not. When you're coaching that way, like Parcells was when he was here, when you're coaching that way, you get magic. And I think all those guys have that. So no, I'm not surprised that they interviewed him. Plus, he's not as much of an asshole as he pretends to be to the front office. He's been an asshole to the media and an asshole to the players when he has to be. But I never heard him having war with the front office anyway. Never. Okay, where you to get your Seamoss from? Want the real stuff, trying to see how it benefits me. Thanks, OG. I get it from Penn Herb. They need to pay me because I just did a commercial. But I'm in I'm in Philadelphia, so this is wildcrafted from Penn Herb. You want it purple because it still has its carbon content that you want from it. You want it purple. It should turn your water purple. Put it with some elderberry, and you get some magic. But yeah, Penn Herb. That's where I get it from. He said, "Thank God Rex is coming." What did he say? Brother could come with me, or come with him. I mean, thank God Rex is coming for real, ish. Or I got shit. His brother could come with him. Yeah, you're right. Haven't all of Ron's linebackers been trash since Luke and Thomas? Yeah, Ron Rivera's linebackers. Holcomb was okay, But yeah, they've all been trash for Washington. I can't think of one. Washington just has they're like a dark hole for players, man. Because Washington always got a good defensive line. They always get some corners. They always had corners, but still can't stop shit. And they always have good, okay safeties. Still can't stop shit. They had Landon Collins. They had Landry. They had Sean Taylor. They had all kinds of guys, but still don't stop shit. Washington's just cursed. They haven't had a great linebacker though since LeVar Arrington. I think they haven't though. I can't think of one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Ron Rivera, he's the least favorite of all candidates. I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't love it either. It's like, okay, we got a guy. Zimmer's my second favorite. Mike Vrabel, good guy. I would like it because it's 3-4. But if you want to go with 3-4, I want a 3-4 with a veteran. So I like Wink and Rex because I want 3-4, but I want it from a guy or from a coach that has been around a little longer than Vrabel. So I think those two beat Vrabel out for me, Wink Martindale and Rex Ryan, because of the staff that we have. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. That's it. He said if they hire Ron, they don't give a damn. I don't think Ron winning the job, yo. He too soft. He not soft. Like, he a good, tough guy. He's a linebacker, but out of those guys, his temperament is not, I'm gonna curse you out. He's disciplined, but he's not fiery. We need fire and desire, you know what I mean? So I don't think I don't think he wins. And then when you look at him in an interview versus Rex or Zimmer has the history, Rex has the pedigree. Rex took a defense. Rex should win. Rex took a team to the AFC Championship with Mark Sanchez. Nobody's thinking about how hard that is to do. That's hard. I can't think of one offense that Rex Ryan ever had. He never had an offense. Ever. Never had an offense. But was still a winning coach in this league. You know how hard that is to win and you ain't never had an offense? Never. Who was his best quarterback? Sanchez is your best that you've ever had? That's wild, man. That's wild. Yeah, that's hard to do. Thanks, Anthony G. I don't know, bro. Ryan's last top 10 defense was 2010. Also, the 3-4 versus 4-3 convo doesn't matter. Your defense should be multiple anyway. Nickel is your base in today's game, AKOYE Media. Shut up, man. I'll be tired of that lazy commentary. That's lazy. You know why? Because the reason it does matter is because you still run a concept, right? Meaning 3-4 has outside linebackers that are more athletic, right? That are stand-up guys that play 2-point stance. They're not traditional defensive ends. They're outside linebackers. That is not the same as 4-3, number one. So even when you're in your nickel, you run it differently. That's one. Two, when you have a guy that runs 3-4 as a base, right? You have more firepower at the line of scrimmage. So it does change the way you play the run. Ask Pittsburgh. Ask the best defenses in the league right now. All of them happen to be, most of them happen to be 3-4, except for the Jets, the 49ers. Who else is like top notch that runs 4-3? It's not that many. But you got Pittsburgh, you got the Browns, you got the Jets. Jets are out there 4-3 now, my bad. You got who else? The Ravens. They run 3-4 and 4-3, but mainly 3-4. You know what I'm saying? Like 3-4 does its thing, especially when you got athletic pass rushers and outside linebackers. With Micah Parsons being able to move around, it does matter. It matters. And also being able to do what Rex has just now done in this film, which is stay in your base as long as you feel like it. If you got safeties that can man up, it does matter. It changes things. Because when you have a safety that can man up and you want to play cover one, you can still keep in your base as far as your front seven is concerned, have that safety play man in the slot, and still bring pressure and stop the run. So you sort of in nickel and in your base when you have a 3-4. With 4-3, you have off-ball linebackers, meaning your four front linemen are different. You can't get two real three techs on the field at the same time that are playing that 4 like you can in the 3-4, because you can take a nose tackle And now you could put Osa and Chauncey on the field at the same time. Or you could put D-Law at 4 tech, and you could take get D-Law at 4 tech, and you could take Osa or Chauncey and put them on the other side of Hankins. Now you got 3 down linemen that can occupy an entire front 5. And that makes offenses now have to keep guys home because you got 3 guys that can wreck a line. And now you got 2 guys standing up outside that you don't know if they're coming or going. That changes things. It does. Okay, so stop saying that shit. People say it because they heard it. That's bullshit. To say the 3-4, if it didn't matter, people would just run 4-3, right? So they definitely matter. It changed. They're different defenses for a reason. And yes, you run a lot of nickel once the game is behind, but even your concepts from a nickel 3-4 versus a 4-3 with your guys hand down with traditional defensive ends versus guys with the hand up, it's a different call. Why? Because those 2 stand-up outside linebackers, ask TJ Watt why he gets interceptions and why he jumps into the hot routes. You don't see that from traditional defensive ends. You know why? Because they can't cover for shit because they ain't athletic. So when you got athletic guys like Micah Parsons and Fowler that can stand up, or Williams who can stand up and run a 4-5 or 4-4 or 4-3, guess what? It does matter. It matters. So stop saying that. Y'all say it because y'all heard it. I don't disrespect, anybody who says it, but the way y'all say it, like y'all just know, is just crazy to me. Like y'all just talk like, oh, it's just, there's no, really, it's just everybody runs nickel. Of course they do at some point. Of course you match concepts. Of course you do. But a 4-3 linebacker is not the same as a 3-4 linebacker. They're not the same. They're not the same skill set. Three linebackers in your traditional set, your Sam, your Mike, and your Will, they're not the same as your 2 middle linebackers in the 3-4. 2 middle linebackers in the 3-4 are exposed to the guards. So they have to deal with being able to shed blocks and get rid of guards. So you need bigger linebackers in the middle of 3-4 usually, or you need slashers, and you need a hell of a nose tackle like a Vince Wilfork who can soak up double teams and triple teams and make sure those linebackers in the middle can flow, right? In a 4-3, you usually don't get that because you have a penetrating 3 tech, right? You got your 1 tech, and you got 2 defensive ends that are really, their job now is to set the edge, right? Whereas in a 3-4, your 4 tech and your 2 4 techs, they don't have to set the edge because they got 2 outside linebackers that's doing that. Their job is to force you to pinch. So now you're pinching your offense internally, or your offensive line in the interior, and you're leaving those outside linebackers like Micah Parsons and Sam Williams one-on-one or doubled by tight ends and shit, playing half a man. So those are 2 totally different concepts, bro. They're not the same. They're not the same at all. They're not the same. All right. So stop saying they're the same. They're not the same. They're not the same, and they're not interchangeable. It don't not matter. It does. It does. Stop it. Okoye, be on your helmet. Learn my lesson day 1. Better come with some knowledge, not that basic shit. That's a fact. Don't say no crazy shit. Because if you just saying some shit and you arguing with me saying it, come on, man. Yeah, it's not lazy though. See, this is why I know, bro. You think I don't know where you got this from? I watch him. This is my man. That's Sky, right? That's where you got it from. Go watch that. And I ain't got nothing against Sky. Like that's his opinion. But to me, I don't agree. The reason I don't agree, he said it's not lazy, bro. 3-4 and 4-3s aren't base anymore. Okay. Tell that to us when we line up against 12 personnel. All right. Now, I prove myself every time I speak because we ran a 4-3 and a 3-4, did we not? So I'm not saying it's because I like 3-4. I could give a damn. I like what we do out of 3-4, and I'll show you again. All right. I'll show you again. Why? Because it definitely matters when they run 12 personnel. And I'll tell you why. Because I just told you. But I'll show you what I'm saying because I ain't crazy. All right, hold on a second. I like doing this. It's like Mythbusters almost. Let's see what we got. All right. Boom. Let's pull this in. Thanks, Davey. You give me something to talk about. I was about to wrap up. Now, this is why I say 3-4. Okay. Did you see what I just said? All right. Over here to your right, you got an outside linebacker. Now, look at how wide we are as well. In a 4-3, who's this? Fowler would be right over this tackle. And this spread of these 3 in the middle of the field, the alignment would be different. This forces these linemen right here to pinch. So everything on the interior. So you're either going to get a double team probably from the left guard. The left guard is going to have to double team the nose tackle based off of where Hankins is shading right now. All right. The right guard and the right tackle are going to have to double team Chauncey based off of where he's shading right now. So that's 4 of the offensive line already occupied. And then you got Chauncey having to deal with, that's Osa. That's Chauncey on the other side. So then you got Chauncey having to deal with the left tackle by himself. Where does that leave Micah Parsons on this play? Free. How many do I want Micah free, or do I want him having to play contain and deal with a left tackle? I want him free because he wants to run to the football anyway. Strong side, you got Fowler now double teamed by tight ends. Let's watch the results. Those guys are containing on the outside, those outside linebackers, right? This don't make a difference. Boom. What happened? Boom. All right. Look at your linebackers and your safeties on this. Just watch them. The entire offensive line, all and the 2 tight ends. So 7. Okay. 7 guys are now occupied by just your front 5. That is different than if you had 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers. It's easier to peel off and get to the second level and get a body on these linebackers, which they do anyway here. Watch this. They're going to get a body on them. And look, your linebackers did jack shit on this play, but you still destroyed this play because you have Chauncey and Osa and Hankins on the field at the same damn time. You can't block those guys. Boom. You see that? They won in about half a second. Half a second. They already won. All right? Your linebackers didn't have to do anything, and they still sucked. Look at that. They sucked. They didn't have to do anything. So even with poor linebacker play, 3-4 was working with bad linebacker play. And I didn't show it once. This is just one game. I watched this all season. So to look at it and say, nah, 4-3 is better, or nickel, we're in nickel anyway. You're in nickel until you're not. And when you're not, I don't care what your base is when it comes to matching personnel. I get you. But if you're going to run nickel primarily, right? And then when they go big, you're going to run something. And you should probably be running 3-4 when they do that. When they run 12 personnel like they are right here, you should probably be in the 3-4 if you're the Dallas Cowboys, based off of your successes in that, not my feelings. Boom. Already won. Mozzie already got upfield penetrated. He's going to trip. Already won. Outside, you can't go anywhere. There's a kill zone in the middle of the field. And look at that. They're pinched. This is contained. There's nothing you could do. And you got 2 tight ends trying to block D-Law at outside linebacker. Get the hell out of here. It's not going to work. Look at that. He bust straight through that. Look at that. He bust straight through that. Get the fuck out of here. Get what I'm saying? Come on, man. Tell me that don't matter. It does. It does. You getting your strength on their weakness. You get Micah free or playing half a man, or even when he's not playing half a man, when he's playing like this and the tackle actually comes out and blocks him, like on this last play, right here. So the tackle's going to come out and block him on this play, right? Is this the one? No, this ain't it. This play. So even when the tackle comes out and blocks Micah. Oh, no, this last play again. Let me see. Boom. Sorry. Here we go. So you see that tackle comes out and blocks Micah? If this is a pass play, is Micah on the island? Yep. Are you double teaming Micah? Nope. Are you trap blocking Micah? Nope. You know why? Because you can't. So this makes it so that Micah gets what you want. 1-on-1s are free. That's what you want them to be. 1-on-1 are free. If you say, for those who are saying Micah need to stay as an outside linebacker, then you should want 3-4. You sound crazy. I mean, not outside linebacker, but edge. If you want him to stay on the edge, 3-4 is your answer. Because it makes it so that now he can still cover from there, but his pass rush is more effective because he's either by himself or you're trapping. But if you're trapping, you're leaving somebody else single. Look at the line. We destroyed the offensive line. Okay. How often were we doing this out of 4-3, out of nickel? We never did. Destroyed. And we weren't even in the box like loading the line of scrimmage or mugging. You know what I mean? Look at this. This is a 5-1-5 here. You only got 1 linebacker on the field, but you got a 5-man front. Well, you got LV, who's technically the second, but he's playing outside linebacker. So this is a 5-1-5. Okay. 2 safeties at the line of scrimmage. Look at the results. So LV, guess what he has to do? Not nothing. He's not getting blocked. So all he has to do is play contain. These two guys converge on Micah front side, but they can't just run at Micah. You know why? Because Chauncey is inside him, right? Pause. But Chauncey's on to the inside of him, and Chauncey's already shaded his out. He already got that outside shoulder shaded. D-Law crashes the B gap where he likes to be anyway, playing for tech. Okay, and that leaves. Press play. That leaves, and then LV actually does this correctly. That leaves LV breaking down, just watching. All he has to do is just stay home. Boom. Stops the running quarterback, which we struggle against in the 4-3. Again, look at the set. Look at the set and tell me this don't matter. It does. It does matter. It does. Here we go again. Boom. Front side, strong side, you already won. The only thing you could be running with a running back lined up here, you could run a counter to the outside. You can run front side, outside zone, right? But look at that. DA is there. Osa is there. Hankins is there. You can run inside zone. Hankins is there. Osa is there. You can't do shit with this football right now. Nothing. He runs outside zone. Nothing. Look at your linebackers. They look at LVE and Clark. They didn't move. You still destroyed the run without your linebackers even doing anything. This is how we were stopping shit without our linebackers because they didn't have to do anything. Right here, LVE gets a free tackle. You know why? Because Chauncey. So look at right now. You got them running. If they run strong side, right? You got D-Law out here contained. You got Mozzie already penetrated and like got his guy stood up. He ain't running there. You got Clark that's kind of showing color in that gap because Mozzie's holding his guy up. Hankins is pressing. And then you got Chauncey now about to rip this guy apart, right? Right there. You see that? He tries to cut this back. Chauncey sees that, steers his guy right out of here. Look at this. So you can't tell me another alignment where you can get Mozzie, Hankins, and Chauncey along with two pass rushers on the field at the same time. You can't do that in a 4-3. You got to have a traditional linebacker as one of those second pass rushers. He won't be a pass rusher. He'll be an off-ball linebacker. We have more pass rush than we have off-ball linebacker. So that matters. Chauncey did that, and now LV gets a free tackle. See? But LV got the stat, but he ain't do shit. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. And then in your nickel package, right? You make Micah 1 of 5, like you see here, meaning he's standing up in the A gap anyway, and you don't know if he's coming or going, like you did here. And then he creates effects like that. That's all. So I'm not making that up, bro. Like that's not like me just talking. That's real shit. So why would I say, how can you say neither one matters? They do matter. That's it. That's it. All right. But that's it. That's it. Let's see. What y'all talking about? Boom, 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 boom. Dave, you know what you come here and do, Dave? Every time. I think you do it for just because you come here and you'll find something to debate me on every time, no matter how many times I show it to you, you'll still be like, nah, but it's this. No, just make a film and show me. Because you keep trying to tell me shit, but you're not right. You're not right. I don't know why you keep telling me. Yeah. You're not right, bro. I like you, but you're wrong. But all right, people. He said, Corey, you better put your glasses on. I told y'all when I got here, I was jogging when I got the news about Rex Ryan. I was running, literally, like I'm in my workout stuff here. So I ran to the loft and didn't bring my glasses. I ran to the gym. So yeah, my bad. I'm blind though. So they told me to take Seamoss. I guess it's gonna fix my eyes. It ain't gonna fix a damn thing. Yeah, man. But I don't got my glasses today at home. All right. But see y'all, man. I'm out of here. I'll jump on probably later. I'll probably do some more Rex Ryan or Zimmer film later or tomorrow. I got boxing stuff to do real quick. But appreciate it. Talk to y'all.